Hey everyone, welcome to Snarf Talk with Chris.
And Jerry.
And this is our podcast where we give you a behind-the-scenes look as we create a comic book.
We're going to talk about TV, movies, comic books, and hopefully have a lot of guests, other writers, creators, and friends.
Check us out at snarfcomics.com. You can check out our blog and follow along with everything we got going on. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Snarf Comics. And please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes.
Enjoy the episode. Boom.
We're back.
Hi-yo.
Snarf Talk.
In the house, literally in the house.
Gerald Archibald Snyder V.
The Reginald the 7th.
Esquire. What's happening?
Esquire. I forgot about that one. Hey, not much.
What is Esquire? Is that a lawyer?
It's a magazine.
Oh, okay.
It is, right?
I don't know.
Esquire is a magazine.
What is the magazine about? Lawyers?
No. It's about esquiring around town.
Okay.
You know.
Well, we're back.
We are.
It feels like forever since we podcasted.
Man, it's been a while. I don't know where you been. Traveling the world?
Bowling.
County? Traveling the county?
Yeah.
Bowling, huh? I got to take Grady's. Grady's got a bowling ball. It's sitting right behind me in this bag. Really nice one he got for Christmas, but we still haven't got the holes drilled in it for his fingers. So I got to take him. I'm supposed to take him Monday.
Well, that's going to last long.
Well, the good part about it is that all three of my kids can use it. Like, I'll just give it to the next one, give it to the next one.
Well, they're not clones.
Oh, they are.
They might have different fingers.
Not by much. I mean, a 6-year-old, really?
Because one resembles you, one doesn't resemble you.
And the other one's a mixture.
Doesn't really resemble you either.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that got to do with holes drilled in a bowling ball?
I don't know. So, Jerry,
hey,
I see an interesting thing happening here.
There's an interesting fellow sitting to my left. I've known him for years now. Let's see. How many years? 13.
Nice.
No. About 14. I'd say 14 years.
That was worth the extra time.
Close enough.
Yeah. His name is Pagoda. That's what I call him, Pagoda. His actual name is Young Nathan.
Okay.
We were in the war days together.
Yeah.
You know.
Back in the war,
fighting the Nazis.
So, Nate.
Wait, I think that's the wrong war.
You are our third official guest.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Is it?
feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Does it? Like, does it feel like you're loved?
Like you're a celebrity?
I feel
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Like,
should.
yeah, I'm on a podcast. Wait, what?
And
On a podcast.
I don't know if you know this or not. Super successful. Like, it's really gaining some traction in the whole arts and entertainment community.
Yeah.
You know? Isn't that what we're in? Or
No.
literature?
What are we in? Visual arts.
Visual arts.
Because
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, audio arts. Yeah, so I've known Nate for a long time.
But a little known fact, Nate was actually on another podcast of ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
The yet
Maybe
to be released Snarf Talk Origins episode.
The one that we've been talking about the last few episodes.
boy.
We are going to drop that episode soon, or we might save it for our Patreon. I don't
think
even
we
know.
should. I think that's a good idea. Save it for the Patreon because it is the origin story of Snarf because we went through it.
Yeah. All of
And,
us.
Yeah. We did.
Can
all
you
of
even
us.
hear me? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I was like across the.
Well, okay, so we had one mic, right?
Yeah.
All three of us
yeah.
were on one mic.
It could be bad audio.
Could be poor audio. This setup we have now looks like we're in a goddamn, like a airplane that's been teared apart.
We're in the TARDIS.
There's
Speaking of
wires and
Yeah.
microphones. We have 3 professional microphones.
Microphones.
Dude, eat your heart out because he had.
Yeah.
That was another one. We had one mic.
Did we do one mic with
Yeah.
Dude? We tried 3.
And
It
he was
didn't
hard
work.
to hear in that one.
Then we tried 2. Didn't work.
Oh.
And then we ended up just with 1 talking into it. And it was closer to you or us, me and you, than it was him.
Right. Which is,
It's
how
fine.
it should be.
It's still one of our best episodes.
Man, the Lost episode, like
Yeah.
back whenever you guys were first talking about this at the old house.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The old
Well,
house?
actually, you've been on 2.
Yeah, you were on the 2 original episodes.
I'm talking about the one we did in my. You probably don't remember.
Oh yeah,
No, I remember that one.
you.
Yeah,
got
because
a
it was
little-
like, hey,
got a little
need
sauced.
get some more stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
going
right
to bed.
before we re-recorded like our second one, which became our first one right after that.
Yeah,
Like the next week, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't remember. We did record relatively soon after that episode, and we did it correctly.
Yeah,
for the first
kind of.
for the first time.
I have a hard time listening back to those early episodes.
Yeah, but we did it correctly in the way of actually having it recorded and being able to listen back.
So the
to it.
very first one we ever did was at Jerry's house. I don't even know how many years ago. 5 years ago.
before I had
Nate
children.
was on that one,
Yeah.
right? But we did the whole thing, and then I never ended up hitting record. Remember?
Yes.
That's
That was
the
some
one.
good stuff.
That was
too.
good stuff. That
and
was
we
awesome.
sat there for 3 hours having like
3.
a
It
blast.
was probably like 6 hours of content.
Yeah, it was like
wow.
in the AM before.
Because yeah, that's true. Because I remember Amy was still working afternoons, and she got home at like 11:30 usually, and we were already in it for a while when she got home, and then stayed in it a while after she went to bed.
I don't remember much of the details of what we were talking about.
I have no
don't
no
remember it.
idea what we talked about.
It was legitimately probably 5 years ago.
It was longer than that because I don't think I had a child yet,
Yeah.
Oh,
and Grady's gonna be 7.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was a while. It was a while
Sweet.
ago. Yeah, that was.
So, are you
2011-ish.
a podcast listener,
Yes.
Nate?
Yeah, I got a handful that I listen to.
No, I mean,
No,
I'm talking about
we don't care
important
Oh,
about
I-
podcasts.
oh,
Are
yeah.
you a Snarf Talk listener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Are you caught up? Probably
No.
not. How far back are you?
5.
You're on 5?
I'm on 5. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, somebody sidetracked
that
me.
doesn't count as a listener.
exactly.
Somebody
because-
sidetracked me.
No. Nobody sidetracked you. You drive back to your parents' house like almost every day. Takes an hour and a half to get there. You could be killing
Yeah, you could be killing Snarf Talk.
some Snarf Talk, man.
You're
I'll
like
catch
back
up.
in our early days when we didn't know what we were doing. Now we're like professionals.
Ooh.
Oh, big time.
Oh,
I
this
think
is
the
exciting. Good thing I didn't
podcast
get on earlier.
we recorded last night was our best podcast.
You do? Did
I
you
listened
listen to it today? I thought, yeah,
It's
I
some
thought it was-
good stuff.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's got humor.
Oh, it has a lot of humor in it because I'm funny and you
Yeah.
are not.
That is true.
So
Chris.
we recorded last night, actually, but you're probably going to listen to this in 2 weeks
Yeah,
just to give you a little bit of the movie magic behind it all.
it is magical. There was, we talked about this once before, but there used to be a show called Movie Magic
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
on Discovery Channel. It was awesome. It was one of my favorite shows. Go ahead.
No,
Anyway.
I don't. I mean, just
Oh, it was awesome. It used to, I did talk about this on another episode because I remember talking about Jurassic Park. It showed you like all of the like behind the scenes
like
stuff.
the big pile of shit.
Yeah, right. It just zoomed in right into that big pile of shit.
So
Steven Spielberg
speaking
was
of
all up in
Jurassic
it.
Park, I started rewatching the new one, Fallen Kingdom, the other day because Cash wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I've only seen that one time and I don't remember it much.
Yeah.
You hated it.
Nah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Nate?
Nope.
Well, you made the right choice.
Yeah.
It
don't
looked terrible. So
don't look at it.
It's almost worth watching to see the most ridiculous ending to a movie you've ever seen.
Oh, really?
It's
I don't remember it.
so dumb.
Don't they just like let the dinosaurs go, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
They have dinosaurs.
like just-
Spoilers. They have a bunch of dinosaurs in mainland USA. They're in a building that's filling with gas that's going to kill all the dinosaurs. And rather than just let the dinosaurs
die.
expire, they decide to release them because of animal rights. So they release a bunch of dinosaurs into the United States
That makes no
for
sense.
animal rights. I mean, it's like a ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Did PETA make this?
How many people are those dinosaurs going to kill?
Oh, yeah. They're going to murder children.
I don't really.
They're like,
I think
well,
we've talked about this before, but
we
the whole
did.
thing
We
is like
did.
one Humvee with like a 50 cal gun on the back or on the top. It's just going to shred dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's going to eat dinosaurs for breakfast.
We could easily overtake a dinosaur, like a dino-apocalypse. I feel like we'd win.
I mean, I don't think it would get to the apocalypse level.
No, I'm just calling
It'd be
it
like
dino
a
apocalypse
minor
because they'd have to
dinosaur-
like.
What's their reproduction rate?
I don't know. What is their gestation?
It's like
Well,
a
just
giraffe.
say-
It's like 2
I mean,
years.
think
No
about
way.
rabbits.
Giraffes are like 2 years.
Yeah, I think they're like 18 months. It's not 2 years, but it's double a human's.
12
18
months
months.
for an
Wow.
elephant, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 12
See
months.
now, like elephants, I can understand.
Here's
They're
my thing.
huge.
It might be quicker than that, but it ain't like rabbits.
No,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
No,
not
no,
like
no,
30
I know.
days for dinosaurs.
Yeah,
No,
rabbits
I
can
Would
have,
assume it would be.
3 batches of,
Yeah, like 50.
yeah.
Is there any scientific proof on how long the gestation for a dinosaur was?
I think we'd have to ask.
Our archaeologists that we have on standby.
Yeah, we'd have to watch that show, Dino
Paleontologist.
Dan.
Oh, paleontology. Yeah,
Paleontology.
yeah.
Another.
We've got one on retainer, just in case. Just a paleontologist.
There's
sitting around.
retainers for paleontologists.
Oh, there is. We have one on retainer, just in case we have dinosaur.
There's retainers for lawyers.
Watch that.
Yeah, we have one of
World
those
on
too.
Discovery.
Did we record the? Did we get the question about the lawyers, or was that on our false start?
Which one?
The Esquire.
Oh yeah, I don't remember, but Esquiring Around Town. That's a magazine, right?
Well,
I think that's a thing. Talk about lawyers. If I ever get in trouble, I want that Jesse's guy.
what's
Jesse's
up with
guy.
that?
I want that guy's lawyers because
So that guy just got all the charges dropped.
just like,
He got 2 days of community service.
you know what? Just go away. So we don't want to deal with
I
you.
read that
so-
today, and I'm like, what?
I can't believe it. It
That's
was
so
all
weird.
over the news when I got
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Because everybody
Probably just like, this is getting ridiculous.
Oh no, they're like
So let's just
the Chicago
quietly
Police
end it.
Department is pissed.
Oh, yeah. They're livid.
So
and the
mad.
mayor.
Yeah, the mayor said he's gonna sue Jesse Smollett to pay for all of the stuff that the Chicago Police Department
It's
had
like
to do.
$20 million or something for like.
Whoa.
No, it was like $100. They said $150,000
I mean,
is what the Chicago Police
It's
Department
basically
paid.
$20 million. They had 22 detectives or something like that on
Yeah,
that
And
case.
FBI agents and
What?
yeah, there
What
was
is
all sorts
wrong
of
with
stuff.
people?
And they're like, we have definitive proof that this guy is guilty. Like we have it on tape of him doing
But
this.
at the
stuff.
same time, it's like, who cares?
right,
Let's just all stop talking about it.
right. I don't.
Not all of us.
No, I get
Right.
it. I don't care about the guy at all. But I was just saying,
Have
if
you
I
ever
want
seen
to
that
keep a
show that he's
lawyer on
on?
retainer, not really. I haven't
No.
ever watched it.
No.
What is it called again?
Empire.
Nashville. I think. It's not. Is that it?
I didn't see that one either, so it
Oh,
very
okay.
well could be. I don't know.
But yeah, either way.
What's the chick on Nashville? What's her name?
Piper Parabo.
No, that's not it.
She was in Coyote Ugly.
Oh, that movie was awesome.
That was a good movie.
John
Yeah.
Goodman is in that.
Tyra Banks is in it as well.
No, the main girl.
I know. It's the little small one. She was on Heroes.
No, not that one. Not that girl.
Oh,
The
I'm
one
right though.
that's like the Reba McEntire of the show.
Oh, she was on American Horror Story.
Yeah, and she was on Friday Night Lights.
And
I didn't watch that either, but
and Nashville. She was on that show too.
that's the one
Oh, is it? Okay.
Connie Britton.
Connie Britton.
She's good. I like
she
her.
She is good. She was really good in that first season of American Horror Story. Did you ever watch that?
No, I don't watch horror.
Me either. I liked that first season.
And I don't like stories.
I'm not a big story guy either.
I love
Hate
stories.
writing them.
I like America, but not American horror. I prefer
right.
my horror French.
I prefer to keep America non-horrific.
Yeah. I don't know. I always was interested in that show. That other girl is Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, yes. She's a little bitty thing.
Yeah. I like her. She's good.
She was good in
I feel like I should have watched that show, Nashville. But
She-
I'm not a big fan of country music.
she was good in Heroes. Heroes
Especially
was a
modern
phenomenal
country.
show.
Yeah?
Just
It's terrible.
Oh,
It's so bad.
real
I heard
bad.
that they all. I watched one thing on YouTube that said they were running like snaps and everything. You know, snaps or like a snare. You know,
Yeah.
try and keep a beat or something.
like they're,
Like a metronome?
Yeah, more or less.
like they do it to
Yeah, like you know the old like '90s like boys to men type boy band type stuff, and you'd always
Yeah.
have like the snap.
Oh yeah, like the beat.
Yeah.
I think they have you ever seen that YouTube video that's like every pop country song?
Yeah,
And it transitions from song to song, and they all
And they're all the
exact same music.
same, yes.
I think you could. I mean, I don't think it's quite fair though, because I feel like you could do that with a lot of things. But
Probably.
because music, I mean, there's only so many chords, and most popular music
Turns out-
is like a 4-chord progression.
It's the same with, like, we talk about, like, story writing, you know? It's the same, like, you use the same stories
The
over and
tropes.
over again. And everybody does it. It's the same thing. You just make it your own. Yeah, that's the same with music.
But
I could be a musician, I think.
I used to like country music, and I do still like the 90s country music.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
But like the new stuff, I don't like. But I do like red dirt country,
Yes.
that kind of stuff. I used to go every year to music. What was it called? No, I can't remember. what it was
Steamboat
called.
Days.
Yeah, Steamboat, but that's not what it was called.
Oh,
It was
I thought it was
called-
called Steamboat Days.
No.
Steamboat
How can I
Springs.
not? I went there like 7 times and I can't remember.
I know
what
you
it's called.
invited me like 3 of them, and I
It's
could never go because I had children.
The greatest thing ever.
I do like. There's a dude out right now, Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Gosh.
consider that country though.
It absolutely is country.
It is not. It's
A
like
lot of people-
more rock or blues rock.
Are we
Blues rock.
listening to the same
Fair
person
enough.
here?
It's stretching to call that country.
It is
Yeah.
not, because apparently you have never listened to his stuff. It's very country. And he talks a lot about drugs for some reason. Apparently he used to be a pretty big drug addict.
Yeah.
Turned his life around and
Hank the
became...
Third. That's real
famous.
country.
I like Shooter Jennings.
He's something. Yeah, I like Shooter. I like me some Shooter. Jamie Johnson. Yeah.
I like
There's there's a guy
Wade
out.
Bowen.
Oh yeah, I saw Wade Bowen once.
There's a band that I saw at Steamboat once, and they were called Jonathan Tyler and the Northern Lights Band.
Yeah, oh yeah. I
And,
remember having discussions about
They're
it.
not. I didn't really consider them country either. That Texas red dirt country, some of it's rock, and some of it's bluesy, and some of it's country, and it stretches the genre, that's why I like it.
I guess. Yeah.
But Jonathan Tyler specifically is definitely, I would not consider that country.
No.
That's more like blues rock. The guy really reminds me of like a mix between Mick Jagger and Steven Tyler, the lead
Really?
singer. He's awesome, man.
So he's got a really big mouth. Like
Yeah.
a really big weird
no,
mouth.
like half of his head is mouth.
it's just all mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. He sounds like a cool guy.
Cool.
Cool. Cuckoo Kachoo, you know?
When I was at Disney, I went on the Aerosmith ride, rock and roller coaster.
Did you? I've been on it once.
It's pretty sweet.
The year it came out, I think it came out in 2008.
Is it that new?
I think so, because I went on it right after it came out.
I don't think it's that new.
Do we have a producer around here? Anybody with a computer?
Hey, Mike.
Jamie.
Mike, hey,
We've
look
got
up.
We got a guy on retainer.
Yeah, look that up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, put it on the big screen
Yep.
so we can see it.
So
Pull
we
it
can,
up.
we're
There it is.
video. taping it.
Mike's working on that, so
Nice. I think it did come out like after 2006. Because oh man, I feel like I remember watching something where they like unveiled the Aerosmith ride on a show.
the enclosed roller coaster opened at Disney World in July 29th, 1999.
See, I
Whoa.
told you. I told you it was before 2000.
It's a good one. It opened at Disneyland Paris in 2002, so
But that was the indoor one. What's the outdoor one?
there is no outdoor rock and roller coaster.
Okay.
It's inside.
So that one must have closed down then.
Yeah. That one. Okay, yeah. The first Aerosmith one.
Okay, so I was wrong. So
Wait,
we
no.
got it.
This one opened before what you said.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was completely wrong. That's
Never
what I mean.
mind.
I said it opened in 2008, and then I said couldn't have been before 2006.
Okay.
You said 99, apparently.
Well, in any case,
What website is that? It could be wrong.
it's Wikipedia.
Ugh, that's made up.
Somebody altered the article.
Yeah.
I can't stand it when people like dog
Dude.
on Wikipedia.
But wait, I saw this. They really did have a news thing. It was like on 60 Minutes about a guy that spends his life updating Wikipedia, and he's updated like over 200,000 different things, and it's all about usually like American history and like early American history.
Is his name Dan Carlin?
Who is that? Is that somebody famous?
Well, I mean, he's got a really, really famous podcast called Hardcore History.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay, that's where I heard. No, it's not. This guy is like works at a library or something. He's got a really like mundane job, but when he goes home, still lives with his parents.
Way to shit on the librarians of the world.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a weird. I don't know if he's a librarian.
As opposed to your exciting job as the master of locks.
Yeah, I am I mean, does he have a title like that? Huh? A master?
The key master.
The lock master.
Keymaster.
But he literally just spends his days updating Wikipedia for free. He doesn't get paid for this.
I donate to Wikipedia every year.
Do you really?
Yeah, when they pop it up one time, like a couple months of the year, they pop up a little thing that says, "If you like Wikipedia, donate." I do every year.
Like $3?
That's
like
usually what
$5.
Yeah, I think
They
they're
ask for-
starting is like 3.
I think
ask
you can
for
do
weekends.
$1. I don't know, but I usually donate $5.
Well, this dude
It's because
apparently
it's amazing.
is like
It's the like summation of all human knowledge
he's got
in our hand, and
he's
it's
got
free.
the Guinness World Record of most articles written for Wikipedia.
Is Guinness World Records named after the beer Guinness?
Yes,
Yes.
Why?
because they own it.
Andrew Guinness started the Guinness. I don't know if it's a foundation or something, but in his world travels, he'd run across.
What do you know this?
Nate's a historian.
I retain certain things.
Nate's like a historian. Not
Guinness
joking.
related things.
In like a Michelin star, like Michelin rated restaurants is the tire company.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that started because he wanted to have.
Both of these things have lost my credibility. Well, first of all, I don't even think that Guinness Book of World Records is like.
Oh, it's a big deal.
It's
'Cause
not.
It is.
They were rated
huge
based
deal.
off of the Michelin book that you could get because you hop in a car, got Michelin tires.
They
This is a
give you-
forced, this is a Michelin rated restaurant, and you'd know whether it was.
But
good
there's
or
not that many Michelin rated restaurants in the U.S., right?
No, I mean there's quite a few.
There's one at Disney.
Well, there's like 3 in Chicago.
There is.
Yeah, Alinea.
Alinea.
That's like the #1 restaurant in the world every year.
Yeah.
in the top 5.
You know what they serve?
But there's
My trees.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
It's wild. Did you know this story?
What's that?
Yeah.
So
listen to this.
Alinea is like the #1 or 2 at the time. I think it was the
It's like-
second.
It's like top
restaurant
5
in the
every
world.
year.
So I got a random call. This is years and years and years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
called me.
I think it was before 2006, maybe after. Go ahead.
I think it was honestly 2008 or 9.
Right.
And they called me and they said, "Hey, we're looking for some trees." And I didn't know any. I've never heard of Alinea before. And I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Well, what are you looking for?" They're like, "Well, we want like evergreen trees." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got tons of them."
Got some Colorado blue spruce.
And so I get on there and I'm like researching and I'm like, Alinea, and I'm like, it's a restaurant. And I called the guy back and I'm like, "So what are you?" And this was in the middle of the winter.
Okay.
Like I wasn't even here. I was in Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me this story one time we were at Abe's.
So anyway, I figure out, I talk to the guy and he's like, "Yeah, we want the branches and we're going to use them as plates and we're going to make peppermint snow and we're going to serve them on the branches."
Oh wow.
So I go, "Well, how many do you want?" And they're like 15 trees. And I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
And okay, so I'm like, "So you don't really need them like dug like in a root ball?" And they're like, No, just
Cut the
just
tree
cut
down.
them down and bring them up here." And I'm like, "Okay." So at the time, we had a whole block of these old Douglas firs that had gotten too big, and we were going to cut them off and just burn them.
Mm-hmm.
They were junk.
Yeah.
And so I cut 15 of them off and sold them at full price at like $600 a tree.
Yeah.
And just threw them in the back of the truck, just stacked them up in the back of the truck, wrapped them, tied them up, wrapped
Yeah.
them, and brought them up there. And there's no sign for this place.
No,
Right?
it's like hidden.
It's like hidden.
It's-
So I pull up in the big
The old speakeasy.
F-650 with a load of Christmas trees essentially in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Like you can go get a Christmas tree for like $70.
you really can't.
Although it was not at Christmas time, so maybe they wouldn't be available. But
I still feel like they could have done a better job looking around for
I don't
trees.
think they cared. So I get there and
Supporting small business, man.
Yeah, they do that in the area.
I figure, I'm like, okay, well, this must be it. So I walk in the back door of this restaurant and I walk into the kitchen and there's like 15, 20 like chefs, like sous chefs,
Yeah.
all like at their stations, just looking straight down, like doing whatever they're doing. And I'm literally walking around like, hello?
Like, hello. Hey, tree
Can
guy.
anybody help me? And none of them would even look up
Intense focus.
or speak.
So
to me.
who did you talk to?
Finally, I walked a little further, and the guy came out that was like not the chef, the famous chef.
Maitre d'.
Yeah, he like ran the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes out, and he was like, really like trying to hurry me. They weren't open. It was in the morning,
Well, right.
and he's like, I'm like, oh, I got these trees, and he's like, okay, well, just put them in behind the restaurant. So I like stack them outside the back of the restaurant in the alley next to the dumpster.
Just laying there?
No, like standing up against
Oh, yeah.
the thing, and I'm like, man, I feel like they shouldn't be putting them here if they're gonna serve food on them. But whatever.
Give him a quick
Man,
rinse.
I don't know if I want this story out there. No, I'm sure they washed them. They
we've-
weren't like laying in garbage. I leave them
Right,
up
yeah.
against the
No,
brick.
just piss. Just piss trees.
There's like homeless people.
Yeah.
like
Right.
living
This
in
guy's
them.
like, oh, I haven't.
But let's get it straight. It's not in the garbage, just in the piss gutter. Go ahead.
Just
So
next
anyway,
to
I unload them and I walk back in and I can't find the guy again. Like nobody came out, and none of the chefs would talk to me, so I just left. And they sent me a check, whatever they paid for it. And then like 2 weeks later, they called and ordered 15 more of them.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah. Must have
I
been a
didn't
big
know
hit.
that.
It might have been even 20 more of them. And
So you sold like 30 to 40 trees to this restaurant
yeah.
for them to use as plates.
And then like I got to thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, why didn't I just cut the branches off,
Yeah.
like at the trunk, and just put them in the back of my pickup truck,
Right.
rather than
Get
taking
the
a,
old chainsaw out and just zip them off.
But I didn't. So
yeah, it
whatever.
don't matter. You still got the money and
So like the next year, or not even next year, I think several months later, I called them back. I'm like, are you you want
Still
more of those
doing that?
trees? Apparently they change their menu like every month.
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Gotta
they do
keep
it all the time.
fresh.
Well, and I heard there was a lot of complaints about piss tree taste at that place.
I never even like asked for like a reservation.
three Michelin star place though.
Like sure they would have given me like a reservation to go
Probably.
eat there for free. Probably.
The chef's table in the.
You've
in
been
the,
there, right?
No, Tim McDonald went, and they loved it. He went like for an anniversary or something, him and his wife, and he raved about it. Said it was like the best. It was the best restaurant he's ever been to ever. He's like they turned their whole table into a dessert tray, like at the end. It's like 15 courses, and at the end they put out this sheet, and then they just like draw your dessert in front of you with all this stuff. He said it's just crazy.
So there's
But it's Grant Atchison or Grant Atches.
didn't meet him, but I've seen him on like shows. He seems
Yeah.
like a cool dude.
They do Chef's Table on Netflix.
Ooh,
It's really good. He was on there.
22 Michelin star restaurants in Chicago, down 3 from 25 last year.
That is a lot. I didn't realize
I think I was
that.
talking about the 3 Michelin stars. There's not many of those because there's varying levels.
Right. Like
Right.
Alinea is the only 3 Michelin star restaurant in Chicago.
Gordon Ramsay, I think, has like 3 or 4 restaurants that are 3 Michelin star. That's like incredible.
Wait a second. New York by comparison. Okay, New York holds 72 stars, while San Francisco has 55. That's regular stars. I don't know how many 3-star. What's the highest? How many stars can you get?
I think 3.
Okay.
A 3 Michelin. 3 Michelin star.
Michelin.
Weren't we just trying to speak French last night?
Yeah.
Voulez-vous coucher en ce soir?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Oh, yeah. Ce soir?
I think that means will you go to bed with me?
Oui, oui. That's fun.
That's from Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've been to Moulin Rouge. I stayed in a hotel right next to it.
Why didn't you stay in the Rouge?
I don't know. I probably couldn't afford it.
You know what I remember about
There was
Rouge?
a lot of prostitutes in that area.
My grandma was teaching me about Rouge before. You know the stuff you put on your cheeks
Yeah.
to make them red? That's what they do.
There's only 15 Michelin's 3-star Michelin
is,
star restaurants in the United States.
15 in the whole United States for
Yeah.
3-star?
Yeah. Alinea,
Uh-huh.
Atelier Cren in San Francisco, Benu in San Francisco, Chef's Table at Brooklyn Fair, New York City, 11 Madison Park, New York City. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, 11 Madison Park. They've got a whole show about it on Netflix.
French Laundry, Yountville,
yeah.
California. The Inn at Little Washington in Washington, Virginia. Les Bernardines in New York City.
Le Bernardine.
Manresa in Las Gatos. That means the cats.
Yep.
The cats.
Cats.
Nice. That's a
Masa.
good one.
Per se,
I hate cats.
Quince.
That is true.
It is.
Never liked cats.
Never liked them. They're awful.
They're the worst.
My biggest thing is I'm so
Let's not alienate our cat loving
I'm
audience.
so
though.
I
allergic.
like kitties.
Like I'm super allergic to cats. And what I found out during allergy testing that I had is that all cat dander is the same. Doesn't matter about breed. If you're allergic to one cat, you're allergic to all of them. Dogs change with breed. So
Yeah.
you can be allergic to a certain breed like a lab, but not a wiener dog.
Apparently, labs are one of the most allergic. Like, you can be the most allergic to those.
Yes, I am. Correct.
You know, like, because I am allergic to cats as well, and some dogs. We have a husky mix, and almost nobody is allergic to huskies.
Right. I was almost thinking that.
Yeah, I don't have
huskies
it.
were gonna
I don't
be the
have an
one.
issue at all. Like if I'm allergic to an animal, a dog or whatever, cats especially, obviously. But as soon as I walk in the house, within 5 minutes, I'm gonna start like getting itchy, and my eyes will start watering, and I'll have like an asthma attack immediately. Like within 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, I need to get my inhaler because this is awful. Your house don't have the problem.
Yeah, that's called weak genetics.
It is. I would have been dead. Honestly, I've had this discussion before, I think with Amy, about if I lived, like everybody talks about, like, oh, it'd be cool to live in the Western
Back in the
times,
day.
like back in the day, like with, shootouts and whatnot. No, it wouldn't have. I would have been dead.
It would have been
I would have already
terrifying.
been dead. I wouldn't have been able to breathe.
I think the whole shootouts thing was kind of overblown. I don't think that happened as much as we're led to believe.
It wasn't very cinematic. It was like literally people just murdering each other.
Did you ever watch that show, Adam Ruins Everything?
Yeah.
I've
Every
seen,
once in
I've
a
seen
while.
some of it.
They do one about like the Old West, debunking the Old West.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's
Really?
no such thing as like high noon, quick draw stuff.
No, there's like no like the idea of like the cowboy as
Yeah.
like the gunslinger.
Yeah.
No,
No.
most of the cowboys were first
Yeah.
of all most of them were Mexican.
And gay.
And African American.
Yeah, and they were basically like laborers.
Yeah.
Brokeback.
There wasn't like the
Sorry, I'm not adding anything to this conversation.
you know.
whatsoever.
Speaking of that though, I love the movie The Three Amigos.
It's a very,
Oh,
that's a very
man.
good movie. Yeah.
I
Classic.
also like The Three Caballeros.
Yeah, the three cowboys. Yeah, I know Spanish. One of my favorite Western
That's not
movies
what
is
cowboy
called,
is.
I have no idea. I don't.
Caballero. A cow is a vaca.
Wow, you're ethnic. You're
I'm
like
like fluent in Espanol.
That's
I am.
no. And French.
Yeah.
What
See.
about Russian? Do Russian. Nate can do Russian.
I cannot.
Do
I-
it. Do
I
a
have
Russian.
Nothing.
All right. I never did get to tell the story about why I call Nate
I will crush you.
Pagoda.
Yeah. Why do you call him pagoda? Like
So-
a dogwood, right?
A dogwood?
Pagoda dogwood. Like the tree. You named him after the tree because of his beautiful flowers.
Oh,
Or I was thinking
no.
more or less like
No.
pagoda is
Your
like,
friendship flowered and you wanted to.
That's exactly right.
So
Nate-
he's named after the Japanese buildings.
It is kind of like that. It's what's that guy called? Wes Anderson.
Abe Pagoda?
No, no. So Wes Anderson makes a lot of movies that you and I both enjoy, and
Yeah.
young Nathan over here enjoys them.
Usually
as well.
starring Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Usually.
Wow.
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 We had to hold a whole wow segment last night. It was fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What's the movie called? Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
So there's a movie, Royal Tenenbaums, and Royal Tenenbaum is the dad. He's the patriarch of the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has this little like helper guy named Pagoda. So Pagoda and him do everything together, and at one point in the movie, Pagoda shanks him, like pulls out a knife and like stabs him in the
You
side.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. He tries to murder him. But then they're still friends afterwards. And I've always thought if
I
there
think
was,
he was just more or less trying to make a point.
I think he
Yeah.
was just pissed at him.
Yeah, he was mad
I'll
at
have
him
to
about
watch it
something.
again. But
I love that movie.
it's so good. It is one of my.
It's not my favorite Wes Anderson movie, but I love it.
Yours is Bottle Rocket.
No. My favorite is Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
that-
Steve
ooh.
Zissou.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Rushmore. My number 3 would probably be Bottle Rocket, and then the Royal Tenenbaums.
Wow, you're way off.
My number 4 might be
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
probably.
Love that.
I love that one.
I never saw Isle of Dogs. I never saw the last one, which is the Boy Scout one.
I don't know
Oh,
if I
Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, Moonrise
I
Kingdom.
tried
I
to watch
watched
it
that
a
one.
couple times, and I never got to finish. I never.
Oh, I
finished
love that one. But anyway, he's my Pagoda. He's the guy who I have always thought if there's one person gonna shank me and gonna be able to be close enough to me to shank me,
And take you to the hospital
and
afterwards.
then fix me up.
Why?
It'd be Nate.
I don't know.
It's the relationship we have.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just a terrible person to him most of the time. He should have never been my friend, ever. And I just felt like I probably deserve it. I deserve to be shanked once in a non-lethal way.
with like a sharpened toothbrush,
No, it was actually
like a prison shank.
No, I figured you'd
Swiss
have.
Army knife.
I figured you'd have one of your little
Dude,
knives.
okay.
Cricket
If you're that's
noisy
being
cricket.
if it's a knife, you're being stabbed.
shanked.
No, you're shanked with
No.
a shank.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
an
Shank is
improvised
like-
knife.
Yeah, improvised.
Okay. Well, if there was a guy who was ever
In
going to
prison.
improvise a knife,
But he's not in prison, so why would anybody shank anybody outside of prison?
What about a
You don't have
market
to
in Jakarta?
improvise a knife?
watch the movie. I don't know. I don't think he uses a knife. Does he?
If it's
No,
a,
he takes out the little Swiss Army knife and just folds out this little like 1.5 inch blade.
okay, well here's an interesting
Okay,
distinction.
that makes a
if
lot
you
more
were
sense.
to use the fish scaler attachment of a Swiss Army
Ooh.
knife, would it be a shank then? Because not a knife.
Probably.
might
That's
count.
not a knife. I would
think
agree.
that counts as a shank.
It could have been the fish scaler that he used then.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Either way, if someone's going to do that to me, it's Nate. So I've always said, I remember watching that movie. We were at work watching it.
Yeah.
And I told him, I looked over, I was like, you're Pagoda. You're my Pagoda. I feel like you're going to stab me at some point in our life. And I've called him that ever since.
So he's like your butler. How do you feel about
yeah.
this?
I'm used to it by now.
He's accepted it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Like,
'cause
Jerry lives inside a. Here's the problem with Jerry. He comes from. He's the Prince of Verona.
yes.
So
True.
he thinks
See,
of himself as a royalty.
As Royal Tenenbaum.
So
That's why he's in my phone as Royal Tenenbaum.
See? That's what I'm saying. First family, baron. Or no, I'm not a baron. I was a. What's that called? What were we talking about?
the Moops and the Moors.
No. Like the.
The moops.
Yeah. No, what was it?
I don't remember.
Vassal.
Yeah, vassal and something else.
You weren't.
serf.
You're not a vassal.
Not a serf.
Yeah, serfs and vassals. But
Yeah.
you're not a vassal. A vassal is like a lord that provides resources to a kingdom.
I am a lord.
No, you're a prince.
Yeah, you
And
don't provide,
A prince can't be a vassal, can they?
I feel like a prince can be whoever he wants to
A
be.
prince could probably be a vassal.
I identify as a vassal, but I am a prince. No?
No, I mean, there's
Nothing?
also counts. You could be a count.
A one, a two,
Or is that more like
a three.
No, you
Eastern designation of being a count as opposed to like, I guess you'd think like
counts and
German
barons can be vassals. Even like a bishop can be a vassal. Anybody that's granted land, an area of land that they manage.
Sounds like me. I manage this little land right here that we're on.
Yeah.
this acreage.
Vassal.
Technically, you own it.
Well, that's true.
You're not beholden.
Yeah, when are you going to build me a shop so I can just live in a shop?
When are you going to build us a podcast studio?
I'm waiting on you for that one, but
Well, we might be closer than you think.
okay. In the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, we're going to.
What are we going to call it?
The podcast.
Emporium. Yeah,
It's Snarf. It's Comics because it's not Snarf Productions anymore.
yeah.
Snarf Comics, podcast studio and writing emporium.
Right. I like that.
Nice.
That'll fit well on a sign.
We need a. Yeah. We just need a foosball table.
Right. It'll be like a WeWork studio where we just let people mill around.
Don't give them free advertising.
That's true. We shouldn't do that. That's a good point. So, do you have any news or anything?
Did we get an advertiser?
No, not yet.
We are. We're on the. We're gonna have an advertiser.
I was hustling people for advertisement today. I don't know if it works. I read an article that said that you should do that. So I did.
Hey, what was the podcast that Nate was supposed to come to?
It was going to be let's see. I've got it up here. the Marvel movies, I think.
No, it wasn't. Was it TV shows?
Or no, it was our top 20 movies. It was the top.
I think it was TV. No, was it movies? Yeah.
It was
you're
the top 20 movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, that's a little loaded.
Yeah, that's like a heavy question.
Yeah, I know. Oof. Just any genre, or
Yeah, any genre.
Just movie of all time.
oh man,
Of
if I
all
only had to watch
time.
one movie over and over.
Well, you don't. I mean, that doesn't have to be your criteria.
Well,
No, it
That
just,
doesn't have to be your favorite. Just because something's the most rewatchable doesn't necessarily mean it's your favorite.
That's very true. That's a good point, Chris. Like that. Answer the man's question, Nate. Come
I'm
on.
working on it.
Okay, well, think
Got
about
so
that.
many.
I don't even
Probably
remember
Dark
what
Knight.
mine was. Oh,
The
yeah,
Dark
dude.
Knight?
Yeah.
I think that was Jerry's.
No, it wasn't. It was my number 2.
Okay.
My number 1 was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
And you said you had called it in a previous
I
episode.
did call
I
it.
don't remember you
I
calling
did.
it.
I absolutely did.
I think you made that up.
I didn't have The Dark Knight in my top 20, actually.
You didn't have it in your top 20 at all?
No.
That's dumb.
I mean, I like it.
Really think less of you.
Well, that's fine.
Why do you hate on Batman so much?
I love Batman, but
I just don't feel like you. You say that to me, but I don't feel it. You know, it's like there's nothing behind the eyes when you say that you like Batman. You know, it's just like a
what's
bold
that
faced
Behind
lie.
the Eyes song?
I don't know.
No one knows what it's like
That's
to
Behind
be the
Blue Eyes.
sad man.
Yeah, that's a Who song,
To be the bad man.
isn't it? Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Who. That's the Who.
Behind
And then
Blue Eyes.
Limp Bizkit
Yeah.
redid
That's
it
the Fred Durst.
Yeah. Fred
Yeah.
Durst.
That's a Fred Durst song. It was repurposed by.
by the Who.
Yeah, for
okay.
a
Was that the
movie.
Who?
Yes, it was the Who.
I know. I'm just kidding.
No, you didn't. No,
I do know because I own Quadrophenia.
Wow,
It's not even on
Look at you.
Quadrophenia, I don't think, but
You also told me last night that Travis Barker was the greatest drummer of all time.
I said he was the top 10.
No, you literally said he is the greatest
I
drummer
rolled
of
that
all
one
time.
back
You did.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you did call the greatest drummer of all time though when I asked you,
Yeah.
and it is definitive. I
Do you
don't
know?
feel like
Do
anybody
you know
should
who the
argue.
best drummer of all time is?
He's not
No.
going to.
No?
I won't.
Neil Peart.
Neil Rush.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very good. Watch videos of that dude
Yeah.
play the drums.
Rocking
It
it.
is
Yeah.
insane. We should ask Nate history questions and just see if he knows them.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Like,
Gosh, and I'm not even drinking
Like-
real beer.
how long did it take for the Saxons to overcome something?
The Anglos?
Yeah.
The Anglos. That's what I was gonna say.
Anglos? No
Huh?
idea.
Huh?
I think were the Saxons French?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no idea. This is not the podcast.
You know what I would love to see?
We're not a
A
history
good
podcast.
movie of the time when Julius Caesar conquered like Northern Europe. I know that the show Rome, they
Yes,
do that.
I was just gonna say that.
I had
was
I
you
had
should
a
have
tough
watched
time
that.
getting into that show.
I did too. Amy really liked it a lot. She
Yeah.
watched all of it. I've seen all of it, but it wasn't
There's a really good hardcore history podcast on that, Dan Carlin.
really. I need to listen to that.
I know.
I've seen a lot of
You
people
need a
talk
lot
about
of
it on
time, man.
Reddit.
It's like
Yeah.
they're like 4-hour episodes.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, we listened to Joe Rogan, and
Yeah, that's true.
he had when Alex Jones was on, he had like almost a 5-hour podcast.
Jeez, I mean, that thing was just a wow.
It
That was
wasn't
a podcast for the ages.
That was something.
So Jerry,
Did you see that Jim Bilmer sent us a message, and it was Alex Jones?
No,
You didn't see that?
no.
Oh yeah, he direct messaged us. He just direct messaged us on Twitter just like 5 minutes ago too.
Oh no.
But good old Jimmy Bilmer, sent us a direct message, and it was like this cut together, like edited video of Alex Jones on Joe Rogan, and he's talking about aliens and stuff. It's hilarious. It's a really good video.
just the memes that have come out of
I
that.
don't know how to explain it any better than what
podcast.
I just did because it doesn't make any sense on what he's talking about. It's like talking about aliens doing drugs and it's so that they're
Staring
in touch
at a
with
crystal
That guy's
ball,
wild.
this. Yeah.
and they're forcing their energy through the dimensions. Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
or
And then,
sorcerers. I can't remember.
and it's like cut together to where there's like weird silence in the middle of it.
okay,
After
yeah.
Joe Rogan's like, he's like, "You're really freaking me out, man." And then it's like weird silence, and it's just Alex Jones like staring.
I'd like to
into
do.
space.
I'd like to do one podcast like that.
Like Alex Jones?
No, like that episode. Like, just get really,
Oh
Just
man,
chaos.
I don't know if I could handle something like that. That
I
is
don't
like
know,
really
chaos.
hammered and get deep.
Dude, he's
Well, I've done that on a couple, and it wasn't
We didn't
miserable.
get deep though.
I don't think I can.
Like talking about the space-time continuum.
Dude,
Well-
I tell you what, those type of movies with time travel, Nate, you know how I am with time travel.
yeah.
We've had lengthy
We've
We
had-
wrote
yeah.
a whole comic about time travel.
Oh man, it's
well, it
so
wasn't
good.
really. It was like interdimensional travel.
There's a difference. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
time travel
And
and jumping
interdimension-
dimensions are different.
You don't
things.
like time travel?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Doctor Who.
Oh my gosh, I love time travel, and I can't. Sometimes I try to understand it more than what I really
The quantum
need to
theory
do.
just like breaks your brain.
It does, because I think it's possible. I think you can time travel.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think. I know. I mean, I know for a fact you can. Like based on science.
Wait a minute. You
But-
don't
yeah.
know for a fact.
If you could
first of all.
travel,
They have never proven it.
if you could travel at the speed of light, you would technically not. You would travel through time.
But you can't travel at the speed of light. So it's
We don't know.
not
I mean,
possible right now.
We can't.
We can. I mean, it's not. There's no physical limitation that prevents it.
Yes, there is. Your body.
No.
No.
In a
Not in
ship.
space.
I don't think
In a ship.
if
That
you were in
space-
space, yes.
that space will that the ship will, if it's going fast enough, it will
Well, and you're-
transcend the
yeah, you're going the same speed
Is
as
it
the
really
ship. and there's
traveling
no
time though? Because
force.
time in the vessel that you're in.
Time's-
See, the problem is time is relative.
I was just going to say that.
Right.
Time's
it's
relative.
not like a
so it doesn't-
real thing. So that's why I think that you could travel through time.
And isn't it also based on gravity? The whole like interstellar thing. You know, they're down on the planet for 2 hours. They go back up. It's been like 40 years.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If you could travel
'Cause
at
it's relative
faster
to where
or light
you're at.
speed, if you could travel at light speed, since it's relative, then
you wouldn't be aging, right?
the astronauts time travel technically.
Technically, yes, they
Yeah,
did
they
prove
do.
that. They did prove that one.
I mean,
Based off
it's
of
by
how close,
milliseconds.
See, this
but
stuff is wild,
right?
man.
Because
But is
based
that
off
really
of the gravity
time,
of the Earth,
Is that really time traveling? Because time to them is relative. It's the same. It's just not a
They're-
real construct.
But in theory, like if you go by what our time is on planet Earth, then yes, they have. But if you go by time on their spaceship, no, they haven't.
That's what I mean.
Correct.
So it
if
doesn't
you're in If
matter.
you're in a speed of light vessel and you take off across the universe, and you pass a week's worth of time in there, and you come back to Earth, and it's years later.
Yeah.
Have you time traveled?
Yeah.
I think
I think
it's
you have.
relative.
I think
So
you're-
to the Earthlings, you have time traveled.
To us, yes, you have. If you are not the space being, then yeah, they have time travel.
So let's go here. So if you say, okay, we have physical limitations that prevent us from traveling at the speed of light. Okay, I'll buy that. That would be difficult because I think at the speed of light, gravity would crush you or anything, right? Something
it
like
would,
that.
but when you're in space, you don't have any of that. So I don't think it would affect you if you're in space.
Point being, if we could download our consciousness,
Which they've done.
okay, and then we could transmit it.
Didn't they do
we
that?
could do that
in,
at light speed, right? Because data
data travels.
Data
yeah.
can
travels
travel at light speed. I mean, not
Well,
all
that's
data, but-
that's our own physical limitation of data transfer with fiber optics is light speed.
right. So Elon Musk is working on a digital interface, brain interface.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're able to download your consciousness into a computer and then beam it through space at light speed and back, then you've time traveled.
Yeah, if it is your consciousness, I guess that is true.
Well, I mean, we don't even know the definition of consciousness.
We're not even getting that's like that's wild. We're not getting into that. What was I gonna say? Didn't they download a person's like memories onto DNA?
I don't
What
know.
was that? You were the one telling me about this story.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Sounds
They
familiar,
s-
but
They saved someone's
or they do it with
something.
a mouse, with a maze.
I'm
Like
gonna
they
have
had
to-
one generation that learned the maze,
I'm gonna have to look it up and we'll talk about
was
it
able
on
to
another
get the
podcast. But
DNA and then
they-
put it in the other one.
yeah, they did something with DNA and they saved. Chris, you and I talked about this. Like we had a lengthy discussion in the truck one day. I don't remember where we were
Where
going.
were we going?
I don't
what
remember.
were we doing?
I don't remember, but I know you were the one.
How
It was
come we-
last
how
summer.
come we
It was
have
last summer.
those lengthy conversations. We never do them on the podcast.
Oh, well, we do, and we do it
Just
for
talk about
2.5
pop
hours
culture.
at a time. Yeah, we do talk a lot about pop culture, but it's our thing, you know? Don't take away from my thing.
I told Jerry I had a long road trip to Omaha and back within the span of 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to my favorite podcast, which is Tell 'em Steve Dave, TESD. So I was texting Jerry on the way back. I'm like, we need our podcast to be more R-rated and more dark.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I said...
So I was like, all right, so I'll turn the lights off.
Not dad jokes.
Yeah.
Because Jerry the Prowler
Yeah.
is a deep, dark man
He is.
who dregs the depths of humanity,
Come here.
human suffering.
I'm going to prowl you. Is that what you do? I don't. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm going to prowl.
I mean,
In the dark.
we're gonna have a Plymouth Prowler for you to drive.
I'm going
So
to
that
hide
makes
under
sense.
bridges. I
So-
think I could be a good troll.
Yeah?
Not like troll.
Like an internet troll?
No. Not an internet
'Cause
troll.
I hate
like
internet trolls.
like under the bridge,
man.
eat the
Waste of
goats
yeah.
type troll. Like just let myself go and be an ugly troll.
Yeah.
I think
I'm halfway there.
it is true. If you guys were to see this mop on his face, this
I think it looks...
sweaty, wet mop
think it looks
hanging
good.
from his face.
Oh, thank you.
I just had myself a pretty big beard, and I got rid of it.
One of
I
the
need a
funniest
trim.
things I've heard, I think it was Larry had said it to you. It was when you had your like really giant beard.
The yeared.
Yeah, the yeared, because he had it for over a year. He said, but I remember Larry saying he's like, Nate, you know why you don't have a girlfriend? Because there isn't one woman on this planet that would want that thing flopping around on top of her. He's like, who wants that big beard hitting him in the face?
So, but before I got married,
Nobody.
I would hang out a lot with Sorry, dude, I'm going to call you out here.
Oh,
And he'd constantly be giving me shit because I had a pretty big beard. And he's like, that's why you never get any dates, because of your beard. And every time I'd see him, he's like, you need to shave. You need to shave. No one's ever going to want to hook up with you with that beard. And then I got married.
and then I got married.
So eat a
But-
dick, dude.
To be fair, though, she did call me the other night and said, Jerry, you've got to get something done with this beard on Chris. And I was like, I'll talk to him for you.
You know what's weird?
but-
I shaved this last week. Not even a week ago. And all week I've been doing the phantom beard.
Yeah, the phantom beard pull.
Beard
Really?
pull. Yeah,
Pull?
because I
Yeah.
constantly do that. Did that when I had a beard.
Huh.
I don't know. It's just something you
A
do.
thing
Like
you
Yeah,
do.
you
twirling
don't
your
notice
hair,
it until you
notice
don't
it.
have a beard.
And then you don't have it. I sit here. I was doing this phantom beard thing for and you know that it's not there, but you just hate that it's not there.
And then you touch your bald face and you're like, oh, my fingers are cool.
Well, I mean, I didn't shave.
Oh, it didn't go all the way down.
I didn't go all the
I
way
can't. I can't grow hair on my face, so.
I've only used a regular razor.
What's
with
puberty
a
like?
real,
Somebody tell me.
like a real razor, how you get like a full shave.
Yeah,
Right.
I do that.
I've only done that
Yes.
once in my life.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
Do we have somebody look that up? Can someone look that up?
No, no,
Is
listen.
there record of
There
this?
are
Yeah,
times
we
that
need to
I have
find two
shaved
different
really
pictures.
close years and years and years ago,
With
but I
like
just
a
used
buzzer?
an electric buzzer.
Uh-huh.
I never shaved closer than stubble. Like with a regular razor, you get the stubble and everything.
Right.
I did
That
it
is what
one
a razor
time.
does.
Did it one time in high school. That's
Yeah.
the last time I did it.
Kind of like how I
No
had to,
way.
Yeah, seriously.
That has to be some sort of record. I'm serious. Like there has to be people that have.
Call the Guinness book.
I know Nate.
Yeah.
I know Nate's shaved more than that. Oh,
I had
when
to,
we were
I had to
deployed.
I had to carry an electric razor just to pass muster.
This is when I realized right away that it was not an issue for me to not have to shave. It was actually a pretty good thing, because watching Nate struggle when we were deployed, having to shave all the time, because he'd literally have to shave like twice a day sometimes.
Yeah.
You shaved
Yeah,
twice
because the one
a
time
day.
I would have to shave twice a day if I really wanted no stubble.
Well, the one time I missed out on, a shave because we were out for over 24 hours just
Yeah.
running mission after mission, and
It-
came back in and we had to do
we had
vehicles or whatever.
Yeah, we
draw
had
our
to
vehicles
do
again or
something in the motor
Pickles?
pool.
Vehicles.
Vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we had
then-
to draw pickles.
I thought it was
a
like that
thing.
pickle challenge where you,
You
had
wouldn't
to,
understand.
get from first base to second
And then the
base.
Lieutenant
Secret
Anderson,
military ops with pickles. It's
Yeah, Lieutenant Anderson said, Private
Lieutenant
Klein.
Anderson.
Hey, Private
Klein.
Klein, shaved today? No, sir. Been running missions all day.
Yeah.
Over 24
This
hours.
dick.
He's like, oh, you might want to go get yourself a razor and shave. All right, sir.
Yeah, we
Went to
just
go
get back.
walk away. He's like, oh, I already got you one. Single blade disposable Bic.
Hands it to him, makes him dry shave in the
Dry
motor
shave.
What a bick.
pool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You bick.
Hey, but
That's
man,
like,
and then Beatles used to get on him so good.
oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
Beetle
man.
Bailey.
No, his last name was Beatles.
Sergeant Basil Beatles.
Basil
The
Beatles.
fourth,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
yeah,
He's awesome.
the fourth.
He's a cop in Charleston.
I want to know that guy.
Mattoon. He's
Oh,
awesome.
boy.
He drew a picture of me. I'll have to show you. Actually, he drew a comic book cover of me as Batman with all of the people. Have you never seen this?
No.
What?
Oh, I think I have actually.
Yeah, it's like my
Jerry
most
Snyder
favorite thing.
as the Batman.
He gave it to me on my birthday when we were deployed. It was like the greatest thing. But he said to Lieutenant Anderson one time, he says, Lieutenant Anderson, you got your space pants on? And he says, what? What was that, Sergeant Beatles? He's like, yeah, you got your space pants on?
Looking him up and down.
He's like, because that ass is out of this world. It was
He
funny.
instantly just took off.
Yeah.
Just took off. Just whoop,
With
out of
like
there.
pouty face. Nobody respects me.
I like that meme that I sent you. Was it yesterday?
It was funny.
Oh man.
So
We're
where are we at in time?
So we are right at 56 minutes right now.
Should we get to the bracket challenge?
Yes. Second round
Do you have a pen I could borrow?
bracket challenge. I can get you one for a price.
So, as you guys all know or don't know, we are doing the bracket challenge, March Madness, Snarf Talk style. We are doing what's the best sci-fi fantasy film of the last 10 years. On a bracket, you can see the bracket and follow along with us. It's on our Instagram or our Facebook page. But if you're listening to this and you haven't already submitted your bracket, you're unfortunately not part of the game. But it's still entertaining nonetheless. Go back and listen to our last episode.
Epicac.
Our last episode where we did the first round. So this week we're going to do the Sweet 16. And everybody that's playing along, well, I salute you.
Yes. Thank you for playing along. It's fun.
We are
you
actually
know?
recording this before we've even released our first round picks, which go out this Thursday.
Yeah, I think we are going to. Are we going to do Thursday or you want to hold
We
up?
might extend it a week because I don't know if we've even gotten any brackets in yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's only been a day, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We might just release it and just whatever. But if you are playing along, remember, if you match me or Jerry's bracket,
Whoever matches us
closest
with the most points,
you
which,
will win a Snarf Talk t-shirt, sticker, and a indeterminate gift card.
one of Chris's like piss trees. If you were listening earlier, you're gonna get a tree that was left in a piss alley
Yeah.
in Chicago.
I mean, did you have any ideas for our gift card?
no.
You didn't like my Red Lobster idea.
Red Lobster's fine.
Red
I like their
Lobster
Cheddar
is
Bay biscuits.
Awful.
You
It's
don't like
terrible.
it?
Well,
You
I
don't
mean,
like
the
it?
Cheddar Bay biscuits rock.
Yeah.
But no, it's terrible. I went there last year. I had a gift card and went there. Boy, did I regret that.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good.
I literally haven't been there in years.
Yeah.
You're not missing out.
I don't. Yeah. But there's a reason why I haven't been there in years because I just really don't care about that place.
So it gets a little more complicated here because me and Jerry had different first round picks. So we'll do the matchups that we each have, I guess, and say.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and then people get scored on that.
So we'll start on the top left of the bracket.
This one I think we have is the same. I had
No, we don't. We don't. So I have Rogue One versus Inside Out, and you have Rogue One versus The Last Jedi, right?
no. I have Rogue One versus Black Panther. Oh wait,
No, you need to go back one.
do we go on back one?
Yeah, yeah. It's the Sweet 16. No, it's not the Sweet 16.
No. That would be the Sweet
We're
32.
picking the Sweet 16 tonight. Anyway,
Oh,
we have.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I
So
see what-
I have Rogue One. I don't know what is baffling to you about a bracket, Jerry.
I couldn't remember what we did last night. I thought we did that part. No, you're right. You're
Go
right.
Sports.
Rogue One versus
I have Rogue
Last
One
Jedi.
versus Inside Out, and you have Rogue One versus The Last Jedi.
That's crazy to me that you have Inside Out beaten
The Last
a
Jedi.
Star Wars movie, dude.
Ooh, ouch.
Inside Out, man.
crazy.
It's a great movie.
It is a very good movie.
This one wasn't tough for me, although I think Inside Out is fantastic and deserves all the accolades. For me, it's Rogue One all the way.
I agree. I have Rogue One beating The Last Jedi.
So Rogue One advances to the Sweet 16.
It does.
All right, next one I got here is Black Panther versus Cloud Atlas.
Yes,
Wait, we could get Nate's pick there.
I have the same thing.
Cloud Atlas.
No, the first one. Rogue One versus... Well, first of all...
That's going to take a while.
Yeah, that's right. Rogue One versus Inside Out. What do you pick?
Rogue One.
Rogue One versus Last Jedi. What do you pick?
Rogue One.
Okay. You got to answer faster.
No,
Black Panther versus Cloud Atlas. This one's easy for me. I got Black Panther.
I as well have Black Panther.
We talked about it last week. I thought Cloud Atlas was good, but
I do too. Yeah.
I wouldn't if it had stiffer competition. Again, this bracket is dumb the way it's laid out.
Yeah,
And
it kind of
a
is.
bunch of the movies in it are
And
dumb.
So do you think if Cloud Atlas was more true to the book, like you were talking about last night, would you think it would win then?
Versus Black Panther?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
I have never read the book, so I don't know, but Black Panther is a much better movie, I think. It's much more enjoyable.
For the next one, we have Logan versus Moon.
Yes.
You have the same thing, right?
I do have the same thing. Logan versus Moon.
I like Moon.
Love Moon. Love Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to go with Logan.
As did I. I went with Logan.
Okay. So we're equal here. So
Because Logan is a freaking awesome movie.
yeah. Mm-hmm. You know they had a sequel for that in the, what is it, X-23? Is that?
Yeah, the girl.
They were
Yeah.
making an
Right.
X-23 movie. They just canceled it. As
Well,
well
they
as
had to have
all-
because Disney took over.
They
so-
canceled all the X-Men movies that were in
production.
production.
Yeah, though
Except
Disney
they're
will do
still
better.
planning on releasing New Mutants, but apparently it's had to go back for rewrites and reshoots, and
Yeah.
it's not having a good...
Ooh.
An article just came out today with Maisie Williams that said she's like, they asked her about New Mutants because apparently she's in it,
She's in that?
Yeah.
She's awesome.
and she said she's like, who the fuck knows when that's gonna come out?
Well, apparently they put it out for test screenings, and they
Not-
were not getting the love.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I honestly, by the trailer, I didn't have any interest in it.
I don't even remember. I don't know if I saw the.
It was
trailer
like
or not.
it was like young mutants in a mental institution. They were doing it kind of horror take on it.
I remember us talking about that because it was just like.
Did you see that, Nate?
No. I don't think I did.
It was
see
like
that
a
one.
horror take on, mutants.
Yeah, it was just like that show.
The Gifted?
No,
That
starts
show's-
with an L.
Legion.
Legion. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Oh.
not horror at all.
No, but weren't they in a mental institution
Yeah,
and had
for a while.
powers and?
This is looks like a horror movie.
I don't want any part of it.
I watched season 1 of Legion.
So did I. It was good.
It was good. It's very confusing. It's hard to follow.
It's hard to follow.
That's a hard character to do.
So you have Logan beating Moon next
It
bracket.
is Star Wars: The Force Awakens versus Deadpool. Now we got some competition.
I have The Shape of Water versus
You had The Shape of Water beating Star. No,
Oh gosh.
no.
Whoa.
I had
Star Wars: The Force Awakens versus Deadpool. This is the first one. I haven't made my picks yet. I'm doing them on the fly.
Yeah, I've already made mine.
I don't know what to do here.
Okay,
That's a
Just-
tough one.
Do you want me to tell you what I picked?
No,
Okay, you want to pick yours?
I think. Okay, so there's some considerations here. So The Force Awakens for me as a movie, I probably wouldn't pick it over Deadpool. However, if you take in
Well,
the
that's-
fact that it was like we weren't ever supposed to have Star Wars again.
Right.
Right.
And then like the 3-year anticipation for that movie and the fact that it launched what's going to be the rest of our lives getting a Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah,
And I don't care if they're bad.
I know.
I want them all.
want Star Wars. This
And
is what
more
I was
TV
talking about
shows.
last night.
And so the very fact that all is the way it is makes me a little bit higher on that. But I think I'm going to have to go with Deadpool.
So you're making it
Deadpool
official.
did change a lot of things.
I'm a huge fan of Deadpool. I collect the comic. I have for years. I have the first appearance, 2 copies of the first appearance of Deadpool. I love that character. I really love the story there that Ryan Reynolds tried to make that movie for 10 plus years. because he
Yeah,
just
that's
is
a really great
obsessed with the
story.
character.
Yeah.
And then he was able to, and the way he was able to make it was by shooting test footage
Yeah.
Right.
on his own money and then releasing it to YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
And
everybody
went
got in
viral.
on- yeah,
And then basically forced the studio's hand. And then on top of that, had the balls to stick to his guns to keep it an R-rated movie.
Yep.
right.
Because that easily could have went PG-13 and
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
ruined
would
it.
have ruined the movie.
Yeah.
It
Well,
would have easily ruined the movie.
You know, you think so
can't.
though? The comic book's kind of PG-13. It's not as vulgar as the movie. I mean, the violence is, but
Yeah, I still
Right.
think it was a better choice, obviously, going rated
for
R.
sure. And then it blew up, and
Well, it opened up a lot of doors for studios to actually release an R-rated movie and be like, this is going to be marketable because
It's the only reason probably that they made Logan R-rated
Yeah.
is because of Deadpool.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get more R-rated comic book movies. So I mean,
Can I tell you my pick?
groundbreaking? No, I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
As groundbreaking as the idea of the Force Awakens was, in a way, I almost think Deadpool was even more groundbreaking. Even though, movie wise, it's hard to judge, but I'm sticking with Deadpool. So what's yours?
Star Wars. I have always said this, and I said it last night. Star Wars to me is my definitive sci-fi movies, and I like them the best. And like you said, I didn't as a kid. I didn't expect us to get any more movies after Revenge of the Sith. I was like, "There's no way we're going to see Star Wars ever again. There's no way you can make a movie after
Right. That was like
Return of the Jedi."
every day I woke up and I remembered that they're never going to make another Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I did too. I was in this deep, dark depression about not having Star Wars.
We had
movies.
some TV cartoons which were really good. I mean,
So I and I wasn't a huge fan of the remakes, in the 1, 2, and 3.
yeah, I was
At the time I was. Yeah, at the time I was when they came out, but then after years of watching them, I was like,
I mean,
the
definitely
original
not the Phantom Menace. I don't know why people shit on Attack of the Clones so much. I liked that movie.
Attack of the Clones is good.
Yeah.
It is good.
It's probably my favorite one of those prequels.
I like Revenge of the Sith a lot.
It's a good one too.
I just don't like the way that guy, what's his name?
Hayden,
Christensen.
Christensen. He's not a good actor.
he's bad, man.
He's really not good at all.
Well, see, the theory that
The
I
sand,
heard,
it gets everywhere.
the theory that I heard was that Lucas had him act that way because you see him initially.
he was told
it's
to act that way?
Yeah, because
Oof.
he's been a lot of pressure put on him by the Jedi Order to absorb everything, and he's like, yes, master, and very robotic. He's got to be.
I believe that he was directed to act like a petulant child. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that his physical acting was
Is
not
okay.
good.
Bad.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
don't.
If
Anyway,
you're talking about the character being whiny
Robotic.
and annoying and robotic, yeah,
I get that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get that.
But
But
his
it wasn't
actual-
performed well.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I do like that scene though where he comes back after he murders all the sand people,
yeah,
and he's like, "I killed them all." Blah blah blah.
there
And
there
not
are
just
some
the men, the
Yeah,
women, and the
Oh,
children.
okay.
children too.
And it was bad acting, but it had some good moments. But there was moments that made up for it, like Obi-Wan, or what's the actor's name?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor is
He's
amazing.
great.
Sam Jackson's great. A lot of good acting.
So The Force Awakens, though,
Well,
I
have a better matchup because my next matchup
that.
is going to be Logan versus Deadpool. So Wolverine versus
Wow.
Deadpool.
Oh boy.
Wow. Mine is Logan versus Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
So to recap, my Sweet 16 is on the top bracket is Rogue One, Black Panther, Logan, and Deadpool.
And mine is Rogue One, Black Panther, Logan, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Okay.
The Force Awakens.
So let's get to it. The next one.
The next one.
Another tough matchup here. I have Edge of Tomorrow versus Captain America Civil War.
As do I.
Okay.
We have a lot of the same picks. This is incredible. It's weird,
Amazing.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's groundbreaking.
Go ahead.
Oh, so Edge of Tomorrow, Civil War. I have Civil War winning this. I really like Edge of Tomorrow. Me and Nate were just talking about this actually before the podcast. Live, Die, Repeat, man. It's a good movie, but it just doesn't beat Civil War. Civil War is just an incredible Avengers. Captain America brings in Black Panther. You get to see Spider-Man for the first time with a new suit, and I love it. It's like the epitome of what the Avengers were like building up to when that movie came out, you know. Like you finally see it was different for us reading comic books. We knew this was going to happen, but I could see where people that weren't into like actually reading the comics coming and watching a movie where the heroes are fighting each other. Like what? Why are they doing this?
Yeah, why?
They're the Avengers. Why would they do this? And then you see the movie and see which sides they take and why they're taking these sides. And then bring it, and Ant-Man's in there and Giant Man. It's freaking awesome. Like it's a spectacle. Like, and especially at the airport.
The definition of a spectacle.
It is. The airport fight scene is just, it's the best fight scene out of any comic book movie that you'll see, I think. I still think it's better than anything in Infinity War. I think that fight scene in Civil War is better than that.
Yeah. I really want to pick Edge of Tomorrow here because
you just want to be different than me?
No,
really?
I think because as a movie, I think it's a better movie and story. I think Civil War, story-wise, at times can be a little lacking. However,
yeah, I could see that.
When you come to the cameo appearances in Civil War, that's what makes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fight scenes. So,
and there has to be a winner.
If
Chris,
you're talking about something too with way more rewatchability, it probably goes to Civil War. I'm gonna pick it based on. I'm gonna pick Edge of Tomorrow. I'm gonna pick Edge of Tomorrow because.
Why?
Because I didn't expect anything going into that movie. I thought it was really good, and I thought it was really well done. And Civil War is great, and it's good cameo comic book. You know, great. We get to see this character and this character and this character. But I think overall, if you're talking about a cohesive story and a separate little bubble movie, I think Edge of Tomorrow.
That's I feel like that's going to be a bracket buster right there.
Could
for people.
Be. What would you pick in that matchup?
Edge of Tomorrow.
You would.
Live, die, repeat, man. And you know what's weird, though?
Yeah.
For me, Edge of Tomorrow has very little rewatchability. I probably haven't ever watched it.
I was actually telling Jerry about how I was trying to find that movie. I could have swore I bought it. I loved it, and I don't have it.
I think I've only seen it once.
What's her name? Emily Blunt?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in it, right? Yeah.
We didn't ask you on the last one. Would you
She's
do
good.
Force Awakens or Deadpool?
Deadpool.
I knew you were going to
Okay.
pick that.
And then Logan versus Moon.
Logan.
Okay. His bracket picks don't matter, folks. We're just
Right.
getting,
Yeah.
He it's of
I'm
no
just here.
consequence.
He matters as a person. You know, we're not going to take away from him
to
as
me,
a person.
but you call him your butler.
He's Pagoda.
Yeah, so.
He's my Pagoda. At least he gets a knife me.
Yeah.
You know,
at some
once.
point in my life.
I'm going with Edge of Tomorrow. So the next one we got is Star Trek, the reboot, first reboot movie, 2009, versus the Lego movie. And you got the same picks, right?
I do. I have Star Trek versus Lego. Yeah.
What do you think? What did you pick?
So, I went with something that, again, was like a first of its kind, which was the Lego movie. I'm picking the Lego movie beating Star Trek. And it is like the first of its kind because, like you said about Edge of Tomorrow, I went into the Lego movie not expecting anything. I honestly didn't want to watch it. And I don't remember why I did. It was well after it was out of theaters. Watched it at home because it'd been out. Actually, I was still on shift. I was working shift, so
Yeah, I think we
I was
both watch it?
no, I was on midnights and I stayed up at home, and I was like, whatever. It was free on TV, so I watched it. And again, having no expectation for this movie at all, I just figured I'd fall asleep. I did not fall asleep, and I loved everything about it. It wasn't a dumb movie. It was fun, entertaining. Chris Pratt's awesome. The whole story, I think, of the Lego movie is a good story, and it caught my attention big time. Whereas Star Trek it's a phenomenal reboot. I've never been a huge Star Trek fan to begin with. I thought the reboot was much better than any of the older stuff. I might get my house burnt down for that. I don't know, but because there is such a huge community about Star Trek.
Completely different movies.
Yeah, and
original Star Trek, any of the series versus that reboot.
Sure, and I just it's very good, but it was nothing that was like captivating to me like a Lego movie was, just because it was so different.
Yeah.
And again, I went into it as if it was going to be stupid, and it surprised me a lot, and I like it. So
Yeah,
I
pick
it as a winner.
Really like that Star Trek movie. It's not really Star Trek, the new ones.
Yeah.
They tried to make Star Trek into Star Wars, essentially.
They
wanted
did.
to make
They
it cool,
did.
an action movie.
Yeah.
But lens flare and all, I really like that movie, and I love I love Chris Pine and J.J. Abrams and everybody. Zachary Quinto is it Zachary Quinto who plays Spock?
Quinto, I believe.
Like quinoa.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So I really like that movie too. I actually went with the Lego movie as well.
Did you?
Yeah,
Good.
I went with it because of everything you said, and it was just such a shock. You know that, and then also I'm a sucker for kids movies or movies directed at kids that are also entertaining for adults,
Yes.
and
absolutely.
that's like the best example of that.
Yeah, it really
Right.
is. You know what? You know what other movie did that to me that I didn't want to watch because I thought, and I immediately thought it was going to be so stupid, was the Emoji Movie.
I never saw it. Oh yeah, I did see that.
I thought the Emoji Movie was going to be so dumb. I was like, why would you ever make a movie about this?
I remember
Right.
not thinking it was that bad. I don't think
Yeah.
it was good,
Oh,
but
I thought it was. I mean, pretty good for what I had expected it to be.
you just like
that-
T.J. Miller.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
do like T.J. Miller, but as soon as he started talking about that movie and being in it, I was like, well, that's a career mistake.
Well, he was shitting all over that movie too. He always makes jokes about how he was in the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
That movie was not well received, but it was better
It's-
than the reviews.
Yeah, it's much better than
Right.
the reviews, and I think it's rewatchable.
And this has
watched
been
it
Emoji Movie Talk,
with
Snarf Talk.
the Prowler.
And you know, Lego Movie 2 also has more heart.
I haven't seen Lego Movie 2.
No, the Lego Movie also
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
has more heart than
Do you
Star
see where
Trek.
I could
There's
get
more
confused there?
emotional. There's more emotional, moments in that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you pick? in
Lego
that?
movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
Good work.
definitive there.
Good work.
Okay, the next matchup, we got the same ones again. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
Versus
For some reason, criminal reason, they don't have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2
Two on
anywhere
here.
on this list. Which
You
is
know what I would do
ridiculous.
with that movie?
Yeah. But they have
you know where
Guardians
the-
of the Galaxy versus Ex Machina.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy versus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
I love Ex Machina because it's a different. It's a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Ex Machina is, like I said last time, a monument of filmmaking. It's phenomenal. The suspense, the tension, the
I wouldn't call it a
yeah.
monument.
the
but it's good.
intellectual drama of like
Mm-hmm.
real questions that it builds in your
Right.
mind, and then
Mm-hmm.
it totally screws with you watching it because you're like, because you realize the whole movie is the Turing test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole thing. I didn't realize that you could build that much suspense in a movie with people just living in a house.
It really,
Right.
there's not much that happens in it.
No.
but it's
They don't
a really
go
good movie,
anywhere.
man.
They don't
If you
really
haven't
do
seen
anything.
Ex Machina, you definitely need to check it
Oh
out.
man,
Yeah,
it's-
absolutely.
But for me, this one's Guardians of the Galaxy all the way.
Right. That's why I wasn't going to call Ex Machina such a monumental film, because I feel like if I called it a monumental film, it has to beat Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like
but
the fact that Ex Machina
It does not.
was so good and such a good movie, and the budget was probably
nothing.
$10 million or $20 million.
Yeah.
I mean, in Guardians of the Galaxy budget was what, probably $200 million.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I like when smaller budget indie films
Films.
end up paying off and being really good, because oftentimes they don't. So
Yeah. But Guardians of the Galaxy wins out. It's
yeah, for
that-
both of us.
again.
Nate?
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I thought that
I can't
one was,
fault you on that. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. No.
well, I can because it's against Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
which is one of the best movies
true.
of all time.
that's true.
It's on my top. It's in my top 10
I,
Oh, really?
all-time movies. Yeah. Next matchup, we had a tough one. We had to go between District 9 and X-Men First Class. We both picked X-Men First Class.
we did.
So it's X-Men First Class versus. I know that Nate wouldn't have picked this. So the first round pick was How to Train Your Dragon versus Blade Runner 2049. What would you pick?
Blade Runner.
Okay, we both picked How to Train Your Dragon.
I
Yeah.
never watched How to Train Your Dragon.
Of course you
so-
didn't. You don't have kids.
Exactly. I knew Nate would pick Blade Runner. You like that movie a lot.
Oh,
Don't you?
I love the whole Blade Runner.
I love the
franchise,
original
yeah.
too, but I thought that new one actually I liked better than the original.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe just because it's so much newer and better.
And
the
you kind of
visual.
have a thing for that one guy. What's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Ryan Gosling. Because of the
Who
Notebook.
I've never seen The Notebook.
Oh.
I do like Ryan Gosling though. Drive, that movie's
Drive.
the shit.
Oh,
Yes.
Drive.
Oh my gosh, why have we never talked about that movie?
He's in a lot of good movies, man.
That's a movie that was that a low budget film, you think? It
Yes,
was pretty
it
low
was.
budget,
It was,
right?
Yeah.
And
That was like an indie movie.
it was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was an indie movie.
That was like
The music, remember the soundtrack?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it reminded
I was just
me of
listening
like
to part of the soundtrack the other
Stranger
day.
Things, like the beginning of Stranger Things. It's got that same vibe.
He's great. He's a great actor.
So
But it's X-Men First Class, not to confuse you. The pick is X-Men First Class versus How to Train Your Dragon.
yes,
And for me, it's going to be X-Men First Class.
I as well have X-Men First Class beating How to Train
It's
Your
kind of
Dragon.
tough because, I mean, I don't think that's the best of the new X-Men movies.
No, it's not.
But it's the introduction to them.
It is, and I like that it's a new look at the X-Men being younger.
And I like J-Law.
Right, you said that. You said that last night like 7 times. I was like, "Whoa, Chris, cool your jets on the whole J-Law."
Did you
thing.
like Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
thought
like it a lot.
I thought it got unfairly maligned.
I have all 3 of the movies, and I think it's probably my favorite.
Well, it's better than Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
What would you pick? X-Men versus How to Train Your Dragon.
X-Men,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
never watched.
So our Sweet 16 picks on the bottom bracket are for me, for Chris, Edge of Tomorrow, Lego Movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, and X-Men First Class.
And mine is just slightly different with Civil War, Lego Movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men First Class.
Okay, on to the top right bracket. I have Annihilation
Yeah, unfairly picked.
versus Thor Ragnarok.
I have Arrival versus Thor Ragnarok.
He says unfairly picked, if you recall, because I have never seen the movie Annihilation, but I picked it over Arrival, which I have seen, because I think Arrival is a shitty movie.
I don't think it's shitty at all.
Did you see Arrival?
I did.
What did you think about it?
I thought it was well done.
Overhyped, I think.
It was overhyped because I know that we watched the
It
trailer
was like
for it
up
and we're
for
both
Oscars,
going, oh,
wasn't it?
wow.
Yeah, it was up for an Oscar. I think it won something for
I'm telling you, man.
like
that
cinematography
movie,
or
come on.
something.
It's got great acting. I'll give it that.
The acting's phenomenal. I think the
I
story
like
is
Amy Adams,
good.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
You're right. There isn't a lot that happens in
it's
the movie,
super boring.
but I still think it builds very good suspense because you are curious as to what is going on and what they're
Right.
going to do. But that's just me.
Annihilation versus Thor Ragnarok, easy. Because I haven't seen Annihilation. But it's Thor Ragnarok all day for me.
And it's a pretty easy pick for me as well because although I think Arrival is good, it is not Thor Ragnarok good.
No.
so-
if it was Arrival or Annihilation, what would you pick? Arrival, probably.
Rival. Yeah.
Okay, so Arrival versus Thor Ragnarok. What do you pick?
Ragnarok.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Although, for some reason, Arrival's the 1 seed in that bracket.
Which is it probably off of because it's like it was picked like Oscar worthy film that year.
Okay, so our next one we're going to diverge to. I have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince versus Avatar.
And I have Kick-Ass versus Avatar.
Okay. For me, I am going to go with... I mean, obviously Avatar is a more groundbreaking movie because it was the first like good 3D movie. Kind of launched all that. I love Avatar. I just went to Disney to Pandora. I rode on the Flight of the Banshee.
Did you really? You rode a Banshee, huh?
Yeah, I rode a Banshee.
No kidding.
I went on the Navi River journey.
Did you get imprinted on?
Yeah.
Really?
They take your picture. There's a waiting room where you go to get on that ride, and there's a video on one side, and you stand on a number like you're loading into the ship.
Yeah.
The idea behind the ride is they figured out how to port humans into whatever the blue cats
Banshees.
are.
Yeah.
The Navi, right?
No,
Oh.
is that what they're called?
The cats are, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The
Yeah,
Na'vi.
the cat people. Yeah,
they
the
they
Na'vi.
link you up with a Na'vi, right? And because the humans can't ride banshees, only the
Yeah.
Na'vi can.
okay. So they go in there. They got the video going. It's like, okay, we got to scan you because we got to get your DNA and match you with a Na'vi, whatever. So they do that, and they have you like wave your hands and do some other stuff, and they like loading.
Okay.
And you think it's just all they're making you be goofy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But later on, they take your picture and they map your face onto a Na'vi.
Really?
Yeah, and then they take pictures of it and put it in your PhotoPass account.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's really cool.
Can I see your
I don't have it
pictures?
on me, but
You don't carry it in your wallet or
Yeah.
anything?
no. I mean, I probably have it on my phone,
Oh, okay.
but I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, I don't know how we got there. I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with Harry Potter in this one.
Wow. I think that's another bracket buster because I've got Avatar beating Kick-Ass, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's an easy pick.
Yeah, I think it is too, but I like Kick-Ass better than Harry Potter, which we talked about last night.
I don't
And-
know that even Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's the only one they
But
have
it's the
on
only
here.
one they have on here, which
So,
is weird.
I mean, I guess maybe I'm unfairly like representing all Harry Potter movies, but I'm going to pick Harry Potter because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you got to be different. That's fine.
All right, our next one. What would you pick there?
Avatar.
Would you pick Harry Potter or Kick-Ass?
Kick ass.
Okay, so if it was Kick-Ass versus Avatar, you're going Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Um,
Of course he is, Chris.
the next
'cause
one,
I'm right.
We have both the same ones: War of the Planet of the Apes versus Inception.
We do. Yeah,
This
I have
one's easy for me. It's Inception.
Inception all the way, my friend. Such a great movie.
Yep.
Ellen Page, our favorite.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with Ellen Page. You do.
yeah. I'm not a fan.
I don't know why. It was all because of Umbrella Academy.
She's just whiny in everything she does. She's whiny. I like that movie Juno.
Juno? She's not whiny
Yeah.
in Juno. She's edgy.
If she's not whiny, she's a hipster edgy. And I don't like hipsters.
She's an edgy hipster. You are a hipster.
Hold on. I'm
You
on my
walk around with
hamburger phone.
these tight jeans, your beard, your
thick rim glasses
and your clothes.
and a man bun.
Yeah, the man bun you have all the time.
If you're listening to this and you don't know who I am, I'm not a hipster.
I don't know.
But anyway,
Agree to
Inception.
disagree. That's fine.
Our next ones diverge as well. I have Skyfall versus Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
And I have Scott Pilgrim versus the World versus, well, that's weird. Scott Pilgrim versus the World versus Get Out.
Okay. And again, I've never seen Get Out. So
Good. It's a good movie.
Yeah. So on mine, it's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with. I'm going with James Bond all the way. I'm not actually a huge James Bond fan, but Skyfall is an exceptional movie.
I love James Bond, but I didn't love it enough to even
Do
put
you
it
like
in that
do you
bracket.
think Skyfall? What's the best Daniel Craig one? Skyfall or Casino Royale?
I think. Let me think.
And then there was another one too, Quantum of Solace. And there's another
Yeah,
one too.
Quantum of
Is there four?
Solace.
Yeah, I'd have to watch them back again. I've only seen all these one time,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Casino Royale was really good.
but I feel like James Bond movies kind of run together in my brain, like they're all the same.
What's your favorite James Bond movie?
I don't know, Austin Powers. I don't
But
know. I
which
can't. I wouldn't be able to pick one right now.
I'm picking Skyfall. What are you doing?
so
Get Out versus Scott Pilgrim. What do you?
I picked Scott Pilgrim
Okay.
because I love that movie. I think
Well, I
it's
can't.
such a
I mean, comment
phenomenal.
because I haven't seen Get Out, but I mean, Scott Pilgrim's a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
just
as good as Skyfall, but
I tend to lean towards the comic book movies, especially instead of horror. And Get Out is kind of
and Chris
kind of
Evans,
horror.
who is the most appearances of any actor
Yeah.
as a comic book character, is
Yep.
in that movie. He has
Yep.
been in more comic book movies than any other actor.
and we've talked about this before, but Brie Larson's in it, and so is that other guy, Brandon
Brandon Routh.
Routh. Yes, because he was Superman.
Yep.
And he is what's the other guy?
The Atom.
The Atom. Yes, DC's Ant-Man, basically.
Yeah. Is he in Doom Patrol too? I don't think so.
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah. No.
I haven't watched Doom Patrol yet. What am I doing?
Neither have I. No, I haven't watched any of it.
Terrible.
But anyway, I pick Scott Pilgrim because I think it's a very good movie and it's so different.
Okay.
So different. And I'm not a big horror guy.
Nate, Skyfall versus Scott Pilgrim.
Skyfall. Yeah.
Okay, Skyfall versus or Get Out versus Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I don't think I've watched either one of them.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't seen the Planet of the Apes one?
Yeah, I don't know. Those ones kind of blend
They do
together
blend
too.
together.
Yeah, they do.
The best one was the first one, I thought.
What, the Rise or Dawn?
it
Dawn
was
of the Planet
Dawn.
of the Apes. Yeah,
With James Franco.
he's good. I love everything James
So
Franco.
my top Sweet 16 on the top right bracket is Thor Ragnarok, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Inception, and Skyfall.
And mine is Thor Ragnarok, Avatar, Inception, Scott Pilgrim.
Okay. For the last bracket, we have the Hunger Games. I have the Hunger Games versus Looper.
And I have Hunger Games versus Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
And your pick
Wow.
is?
My pick is Winter Soldier,
I
beating
knew
out
it.
Hunger Games because I'm not as big of a fan of J-Law as you are.
My pick was also not your pick because I didn't even
Right,
have it.
because you didn't put Winter Soldier in
My
there.
pick is Looper.
You have Looper winning, huh?
Yeah, I have Looper over the
Wow.
Hunger Games just because I thought Looper was awesome.
You're like this big Bruce Willis fan. It's weird.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, meh.
I like the other dude.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
good. JGL, my man.
I just thought that was
What up, JG? Represent JGL. That's how we talk to each other. It's
I think
something.
it was a very
We're close.
original movie, Looper.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I liked it.
I feel like Captain America: Winter Soldier is more original.
It was also very original because it's
Yeah.
the first like comic book, non-comic book movie because
Right.
it's a spy
Spy
thriller.
movie. Ed Brubaker is my jam.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal comic book writer, and that's where it all came from. So you're welcome.
What would you pick? Looper versus Winter Soldier?
Looper.
You have never seen Winter Soldier though, have you? You just said it earlier.
No.
Oh, well.
There you go.
We don't
See,
count.
that was dumb.
Okay, next one.
Try to pull a fast one on
Yeah,
you.
you tried. You didn't.
Mine is Captain America: The First Avenger versus. Well, I don't even remember what I picked. Only Lovers Left Alive.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
you write it down on
I
here?
for some reason didn't.
Well, that was dumb of you.
I
Mine is Captain America: The First Avenger versus Your Name because
Yeah.
we picked opposite there because we both have not seen either one of those movies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I picked Captain America, obviously.
I as well pick Captain America. Much better
See, this
than
is
the
where
movies
I
didn't
wish,
see.
I really wish that the brackets were different because, you know, like I think Winter Soldier is better than Captain America: The First Avenger, hands down for me. But like I don't have that one advancing, and I do have the other. But I guess that's
Well,
what
that's
a
the way
bracket
it
is,
works.
Man. That's
Yeah,
called the
that-
playoffs. Man.
Did you see Duke?
the playoffs?
Oh,
You talking about the playoffs?
Whoa.
Are you kidding me?
where did that come from?
You don't know what that is?
No.
Oh, it's like a famous. It's the guy. He was the coach of the Miami. I think with Miami Dolphins, and he's in a press conference.
Oh,
And they get-
he's got gray hair. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Shoot, I can't remember his name either. Johnson. Something Johnson.
The playoffs.
No, the coach of the Miami Dolphins.
I don't know the guy's name, but anyway, it's a famous clip because he's in that one of the reporters asking him about their playoffs and they're having a shitty season.
Oh,
He goes, "The playoffs? You're talking about the playoffs? Are you kidding me?"
that's a good impression.
Yeah.
Of,
well, you've never seen it, so
No, I haven't. I think it's ridiculous. I wish
Okay.
you'd quit doing it.
next round, we have The Martian versus. We both have the same Martian versus Toy Story 3.
Yeah, we do. Oof, this was a hard one for me because I love The Martian. That's that movie, man.
You wouldn't stop talking about it.
I couldn't stop talking about it for a while. that I feel like is a very original film as well. It's different. A guy surviving on his own on Mars, right? And he's learning how to grow potatoes, basically. And they make that compelling. They make him as a potato farmer on Mars, basically. And you want to know how he succeeds in that. And I really loved it. The problem is that Toy Story 3 has a deep place in the old, thumper here, the heart. So I picked Toy Story 3.
Yeah, this is difficult, but I went with Toy Story 3 as well.
It just...
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. It just... I don't know. I feel like a kid when I watch Toy Story 3, No obligations. Sitting around on a Saturday kicking cans.
I feel bad because, overall, I would normally pick The Martian, but Toy Story 3, it's just that one scene at the end.
It is. It's like the very end of the movie that
the
just makes it
thing about it.
So
Yeah,
good.
it sums it all up.
And a bunch of that movie is kind of so-so, but the ending of that movie is amazing.
Yes.
And very heartfelt. So we both went with that. Next one, what would you pick out of those two?
Martian.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't have kids.
Nate doesn't have hearts,
kids.
actually. He's an animatronic man.
All right, next one we
I always
have
like serious movies anyway.
What We Do in the Shadows versus Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, I have the same thing. What We Do in the Shadows versus Into the Spider-Verse. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean What We Do in the Shadows.
Spider-Man Into the
No,
Spider-Verse,
just kidding.
obviously.
I'm kidding. Don't bust your brackets. It's Spider-Man all day.
Into the Spider-Verse, because that movie is some real cinematic.
Yeah.
That is a monumental cinematic achievement, if I do say so myself.
You think so?
You don't?
No, I mean, in what way?
The animation,
Yeah.
The story is very original as well. They did it a little bit different than the Miles Morales in the comic books, but still, I didn't know a ton about Miles Morales from the comic books because I'd never read a lot of Spider-Man, so maybe that's why I am I didn't
blown
either,
away by
honestly.
it. No, really anything.
No, but you know a lot more about Spider-Man and have read so much more about Spider-Man than I have. So I'm coming to this as a guy that's basically, I've read some of the comics, but have basically just seen, the few other Spider-Man movies that have been out. And I love the fact that they threw some of that in there, like right in the beginning when they're teasing about dancing down the street. And we used to actually tease Nate about being that guy.
Which one?
Remember when he's dressed all in black, dancing with his hair combed to the side?
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire is.
Yep.
And we always said,
Because
look, it's
that
Nate.
was
We saw it
overseas.
when we were deployed.
Yeah. Because I just started actually combing my hair over, and everybody's like,
Oh, look, it's Nate.
look at,
Yeah. I remember watching the movie, looking
you
at
and
Nate
Big Fish.
you dummy. I didn't call him a dummy at all. That's funny.
So my bottom bracket
That's
Sweet
funny.
16 picks are Looper, Captain America First Avenger, Toy Story 3, and Spider-Man Into the
And
Spider-Verse.
mine is Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America the First Avenger.
You're going to have a fun matchup there.
Toy Story 3, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's a hard bracket right there.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. This Sweet 16 is going to get rough. But you'll have to wait till next time for us to do that.
Yeah. So that gets us through the Sweet 16,
It
guys.
does. And now I want to hurry up because we have enough time for What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Our newest segment.
We skipped 1 week
Yeah,
of
we
What's
did.
in the Box. Chris wasn't real excited about
a
it.
knife.
I am excited
Or
about
a
it.
skizzers.
I don't know why you wouldn't be excited about this. This is like Christmas
What do you
Day.
mean I wasn't excited about it?
You said, we don't really need to do it. I'm not feeling it.
I don't know.
And we ran out of time.
Yeah, we ran out of time.
But you literally said, I'm not feeling it.
Well, I don't know how interested people are in what's in the box.
I'm interested in what's in the box,
That's all that
Chris.
matters,
All
really.
I want you to do is please me.
It's
it's
what's
a
in
very dull knife.
Is this a throwing knife? Why are you carrying around a throwing knife?
It's not a throw. It looks like a
This
butter
is a
knife.
throwing
It's
knife.
perfectly balanced, as everything should
It's
be.
not a throwing knife.
He just said it was perfectly balanced.
So
Then it's a throwing knife.
That is
No.
a throwing knife.
It is a throwing knife.
I
Is
mean,
it?
in theory, a balanced knife is a
Do
throwing
you know
knife.
what a throwing knife is?
in theory,
Have you
but
ever
that's
thrown
not,
a knife?
I
But
have
that's
thrown
not,
many
that's
knives.
just a whatever knife.
I had a throwing knife set actually.
Did you have that?
Ow,
Yeah, me
you know
and-
what? That end is really sharp. But
Me and
Yeah, it's
Uh,
got a point on it for some reason.
Schofield and I both had a throwing knife
Yeah,
set.
I thought you had
oh,
it
the
from
guy
overseas.
from Prison Break,
Well,
Yeah.
his name's Eric Schofield. Yeah,
Michael Schofield.
no, it's his cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that show, Prison Break.
It was a very good
Did
show.
you see it when it came back?
No, I didn't
I
watch
didn't
it
either.
coming
I
back.
need that knife back.
It probably sucked.
It didn't last very long, so.
No, Eric Schofield. He lives in Shanahan, and he was my roommate and truck commander.
Okay, Jerry. What's in the box?
What's in the box? You already looked at one of them.
No, it's the back cover.
Yeah, so he really doesn't get a good
Oh
look
my
at it.
gosh! Here comes the first one.
So I don't know when these are from. Remember, to refresh people on what's in the box. Oh no, I got tape
Yeah,
stuck to the
speak
cover.
in your microphone.
To refresh people about what's in the box, I was cleaning out my house and I found a stack of lost comic book shipping containers.
Yeah, like
And
just
I don't-
boxes.
Some of them are really have been there for a long time, and I'm asking Jerry the question:
Yeah.
what's in the box?
What's in the box? Well, I know it's comic books.
Right here.
And this
we
one-
have Deadpool 290.
Another Deadpool.
The Despicable Deadpool. And then it says in big letters, this issue, Cable dies. I don't
Who's
have
the
a
writer?
date.
Is that Brian Posehn?
Duggan.
Dig Duggan?
I don't have a date here.
Doug Diggin?
Um,
There's no date on there?
2017.
Oh, just a couple years ago then.
Yes.
Just
12/11/2017.
okay, just a couple years ago because I feel like the last box was earlier than that, wasn't it?
It was 2016, yeah.
Yeah, it was a year before that.
So we got a Deadpool, Despicable's Deadpool. Now we got a sweet cover of Amazing Spider-Man 792. Dan Slott.
Dan Slott.
Venom Inc. Part 2. Look at that cover.
Holy cow,
nice.
that's a good one. You need to
pretty
take a
sweet
picture of
cover.
that and put it on
On
our
the gram.
social medias. Yeah. The Instagram and the Facebooks.
All right, here we're getting some stuff here.
Is it another Deadpool?
No, it is Daredevil,
Ooh,
Charles Soule,
he's good. We follow him on Instagram.
number 596. I don't feel like that numbering could possibly be right. Because didn't they reboot? Anyway. Jerry's preoccupied with his phone.
You don't think the numbering's right because of why?
How could it be 596?
Of Daredevil?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because they rebooted when Mark Waid was.
Yeah, it was a whole new numbering thing, and then they rebooted again just
Yeah.
recently, and it's a new number 1. Number 3 came out actually this. Oh, that's what this is. Now that I think of it, yeah, it's the new. The Comixology sent me an email.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And I
you're
thought-
checking your email.
Yeah, I was because I was
'Cause we're not in the middle of a podcast.
I'm harassing them about ad
Revenue.
like being an ad
Anyway,
on our-
Daredevil. Pretty cool cover.
It is a cool cover. I love Daredevil covers most of the time.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're always
All
good.
right, we got Star Wars number 40.
Wow, were they on number 40 already in 2017? That's
Yeah, I mean,
I just feel like they rebooted it and came back out just recently, but it has not been recent at all.
all right, shipping.
Also,
Package number 2.
those Star Wars books are really good.
Yeah,
The Marvel Star Wars stuff is real good, and that Darth Vader. They've
Yeah,
got a Darth Vader
Vader
round
down.
that
Oh, yeah.
it's really
that
good.
everybody talks about.
Here we go.
need to
We
read
have DC Bombshells number 7. This is
DC
a book I no
Bombshells?
longer get.
You should look at the back cover of that.
Like, oh, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
got a back cover for Happy, the
Happy.
TV show.
Oh, yeah.
DC Bombshells. You had this in the last book,
Yeah.
or in the last box.
I like
as
that
well.
cover.
I've never read any of that. Have you?
I mean, I've read some of it, yeah, but not much.
What is it? What is it? I don't know the
It's-
Bombshells.
Bombshells is basically the female heroes.
Yeah, but is it like, is that Batgirl or like Batwing or
That's
what is it?
Batgirl.
It looks like Nightwing though.
Well, it's the female heroes, and basically it's an all-female heroes book, but it's done in that like real pin-up style art. So,
real chauvinist.
Yeah.
Like you.
We got The Walking Dead 174. There's a book that's never been rebooted. Their numbering, Jerry.
No, they haven't, because they just continue to make the same book over and over and over again. I love, what's his name?
Negan?
No, the writer, creator.
Robert Kirkman?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't think of him.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking, actually, I'm on a tangent now all of a sudden. I was thinking about today how I can never think of anything on the podcast. When we're sitting here recording, I can never think about people's names. I can never think about what I want to talk about. It's weird.
True.
I don't know why that happens, but I love Robert Kirkman. I just think, put that dog to sleep, man.
No.
It's old. It's tired. It's done.
You don't read the comics, though.
It's no, because I think it's what is that number from 2017?
174.
Woof. 174 of the same shit over and over again.
Well, no, I mean, different stuff happens in the books. It's not like...
What happens? A lot of, I don't know.
The Walking Dead has
dead people?
Has like chapters, essentially.
And all the main characters die.
Yeah, they're always cycling.
Coral!
I still haven't watched any of this season yet.
Oh no, Coral.
What's Kevin Smith always do? You can't protect her, Rick.
You can't protect it, Rick.
That's what I can't think of that guy's name either. I don't know.
John Barenthal.
John Barenthal, yeah, but what is
the Punisher?
What's his character's name? You can't
Shane,
protect her, Rick.
or Shane.
Shane.
Is it Shane? Yeah.
You can't protect Rick.
Yeah. As I'm banging your wife, Rick.
Well, he thought he was dead.
Coral's my son.
Not Coral.
Coral.
Coral's not his son. It's Judith.
Coral. Oh yeah, the baby.
Yeah.
The other baby.
She's not a baby anymore.
Well, she's dead
They've
too, right?
They've time leaped in the show. Now she's like a teenager. Not a teenager, but she's like a
Oh, he jumped ahead.
10-year-old or something.
Really? But a dead teenager, probably.
Well,
they're all dead.
I think they're
it's
so
like
smart.
Lost. It's like the end of
That's
Lost.
what it's going to be. They're going to wake up. It's going to be a dream. And then Coral, or what's his dad's name? Rick
Grimes.
Rick Grimes
He's not
is
on the
gonna-
show anymore.
Yeah, I know. But he's going to wake up in a mental institution. And it's going to just be like drawings on the wall that he's done.
No, they're going to do it. It's going to be like I Am Legend, where they find out that like the zombies are the real people. And the zombies think they're the monsters because they're always killing them.
Yeah. I could understand
They
where
just want to
zombies.
walk around and eat people's faces.
We've never talked about I Am Legend.
That is a good one.
It's a pretty decent movie.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was okay.
I mean, it's nothing that I needed to talk about, but
we got a Batman number 36, Jerry.
I like that.
Batman versus
Ooh.
Superman on the cover. I don't know who wrote.
And
Tom King, of course.
Superman. I started reading volume 1 of Rebirth.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Did
really
you see
good.
the plane part?
I saw the plane part.
Wasn't it good?
And it's so freaking good.
Is this a good death, Alfred?
Yes.
Would my parents be proud?
Oh my gosh, would my parents be proud? Tell the boys I did good or whatever it was. Like, oh my gosh, dude, that is so good. And Alfred has to just stand there, and he's telling him like 46% on the left wing and 44% on the right wing. And as he knows that Batman's just going to die, like Bruce Wayne, this kid that I've raised, is just going to die on this plane. It's like, yeah, I understand that I'm going to die.
Alfred probably knows that he's Batman and he's not
Crazy. He didn't die, or he didn't live because he's Batman, though.
He probably expected him to anyways. He's like, Master Bruce keeps
Like,
doing all these crazy things.
He lived by chance.
How fucked up is it that after all of this, after raising him from childhood, right?
Yeah.
After everything they've been through, he still calls him Master Bruce.
Yeah, he does.
It's dumb.
It's not dumb.
He's basically like his dad.
He
Would
is
you call your dad like... Would you?
He's a professional.
What if you acted like your dad was your butler? How would he take that?
Yeah, but he was hired as the butler. He wasn't this kid's dad.
Okay, but he raised him, and then he's like his partner, And he does everything for it. What if you walked into your house right now and you're like, if you threw your dirty undies in your dad's face and like, Master Jeff.
Gerald. No, I wouldn't call him Master Jeff. He would call me Master
Jeffrey.
Oh yeah,
Jerry.
Master. And
Jeffrey, clean
you
my
just
linens.
you throw it in his face and you're like, Jeff, clean the shit stains out of my undies. And he's like, yeah, yes, Master Jerry.
Right. I mean, apparently you don't know anything about the Butler Society. They take that shit so serious.
I've never been buttled,
do.
so I really don't know.
Oh, well, I grew up with Buttles. And
I had the opportunity. I had the opportunity to be buttled once.
So I was.
No,
I was.
Listen.
I was part of the first family.
Let me clarify.
Okay.
On my honeymoon.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness.
The resort we stayed in, you could have a private butler.
You could have a private buttle session.
He got buttled on his
You could have a
honeymoon.
butler on your honeymoon. Where'd you go?
Sandals in St. Lucia.
Isn't that like one of
You
the?
could get butler service. They give you a special cell phone that you just carry around all the time, and you're sitting on the beach and you call it, and you're like, "Hey,
Hey yo,
butler,
yeah,
bring me a
here's
Coors
my
Light."
shit-stained underwear. Yeah. Is that what you did? You threw your
Buttle me a
underwear?
Coors Light.
Yeah, buttle.
Buttle yourself over here. Rub my feet.
Is that a real word? Buttle?
I think so.
I
It's
think
so,
I made that up.
It is so funny.
There has to be.
I don't know why I think
In
that
the
word's
English
so-
language, it's
No,
anybody's
but-
game.
But seriously, I grew up as the first family of Verona, so I mean, if anybody here knows about buttlers,
Holy shit, it's a word.
But in the proper context?
Buttle
or-
means work as a butler.
Boom.
oh yeah,
There is no one. Here's the context. There is no one today worth buttling for. What a weird.
yes, there is.
Is that the best sentence they could come up with?
Pretty sure.
Nigel.
I'm pretty
No
sure
one here to
we've
buttle.
thought about 9 different sentences better
Yeah.
already with the word buttle
It's
in
the
it.
third person singular simple present,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
and the present participle is buttling,
Of course,
and the past participle is buttled.
buttled. Yeah.
To serve and perform the duties of a butler.
So you have been buttled.
I haven't been buttled. I said I had the opportunity to be buttled.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't.
said you've been buttled as the first family.
I did. That's completely made up. But you actually had the opportunity, but didn't use the butler.
Oh my god! No, I didn't pay for buttling service.
It was an extra.
It was
an
a
add-on.
huge extra cost.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like triple the price of the vacation.
I thought you said it was just part of the.
It was literally 3 times the cost of the vacation simply to have a cell phone that you could call a dude
No
from and be
way.
like, bring me a freaking beer to the beach when you can just literally walk over to the bar.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it was really dumb, but like everybody there had one.
No way.
Yeah.
Got to flex on the pores.
Yeah.
They all like they would send their butlers over to me just to spit in my face.
That's what
They
I
would.
would.
I seen a guy call his butler and say, "Look at that guy over there.
You
Does
see
he
that?
have a butler?
You see that hipster over there with his man bun and his thick rimmed glasses?
Go buttle your ass over there.
Yeah.
Spit in his face and say just one word.
Yeah.
Peasant.
You fucking peasant.
Surf. Surf's up, dude.
Bitch.
Then just spit in my face.
You can't protect her, Rick.
Okay, we got another one here. It is Doctor Who.
Oh, Matt Smith, my man.
11th Doctor, number 12. The 11th Doctor Adventures, year 3.
I'm looking at a picture of Amy Pond, I
Yeah,
assume.
Amy Pond.
I tell you what. I
I
like
might like Karen Gillan.
Gillen.
Gillan.
Yeah, it's Gillen.
More than J-Law.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
she's
got
the
a
best.
thing for her. You know?
I agree.
I do.
Oh, here's one just for you, Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
Old Man Logan, number 31.
Love it. I have it.
Scarlet Samurai, part 1.
I have that right in my bedroom, up in the closet there.
In my bedroom.
Up in my bedroom.
Next to my buttlin' pants.
Yeah. I got my butler just sleeping in my closet.
Okay, we
I
got
don't know
another
where
one
that
that
was
you'll
going.
love. Lazarus,
Oh, yeah.
X66.
That's a different run. Or I think that's an annual.
It's 5 of 6. So it must have been a mini.
Oh, that's right. I have all of those as well, but that's on Comixology.
Ooh, it's kind of racy. There's some.
It's Dangeroso. Yeah.
Some.
Ooh, some sexy scenes that have just recently wrote.
I am the master.
He is. So
sexy scenes.
Yeah, Nate, if you don't know about this, Chris has written his own novella that it's just about Spanish people having sex. That's all it is. It's really weird.
Spicy.
Yeah. A lot of brokeback scenes and spitting on people. He's got this thing about spitting on people.
It's called
Buddled.
It's called Gerald the Conquistador.
Being
El
buddled.
Conquistador. I always like that bit. Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom.
That's good. We should make a comic book out of that.
We should.
Jerry the Conquistador.
Not the Buttler.
Oh.
Buttler. Jerry the Buddled. Being buddled with Jerry. We should make a comic book out of that.
Yeah. All right. So I have here an annual. DC Universe Rebirth Annual number 2 for Batman. Date Nights, Last Rites. Tom King.
I have that. I haven't read it yet, though.
This is.
I haven't made it up to that point.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, that's nice artwork.
Look at that. That's so good.
That's so cool. One word.
Yeah.
Why?
I love the simplicity of a lot of Batman stuff. Like, there isn't a ton of dialogue in a lot of Batmans.
I'm going to read this.
So good.
Right now.
No, let's. We're just gonna take a minute here and let Chris read this book.
No, there's more in the box. Jeez, where are we at on time?
Hurry up, we got 4 minutes.
Oh man, we're gonna be over, guys. Sorry, YouTube viewers.
Yeah,
I guess you
it's
won't
gonna
get
cut
to
out.
see this at all. Star Wars number 39.
Oh, okay. Who's that? That's
Gillen.
Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen.
Kieran Gillen.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's great.
There's a book that he wrote that I thought.
Who is that?
Can't remember his name.
Come on, is it? It's like Plo something.
Yeah.
Plo.
No.
Oh wait, no. This is the guy.
You're right. It is Plo
I don't
something.
think that's who that is. I think that's the guy that's like the
Plo Koon.
I don't think that's who that is. I think it's the right hand.
That's his name though, right? Plo Koon.
Something like that. I think it's but this guy I think is the right hand guy to Saul Guerrera.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Anyway.
Looks like, is that it?
Nope.
Oh, one more, huh?
One more bag. Two more comics.
Yeah.
2 comics in the same bag?
Yeah, they
Wow.
put 'em-
Wow. My nose is crooked. Wow.
3 comics. We got Amazing Spider-Man 791.
Another Dan Slott.
Yes. I don't know who that is on the cover.
He had
It's
a really
not Black
good
Cat. She's got wings. Who is that?
if you listen to any other podcasts, there's
Who is that, Jerry?
writer's experience. I haven't seen the cover yet, so I don't know. You just stare at it yourself. I can't see her. I don't know. My eyes aren't good.
All right. And we have 2 more. Sorry.
She doesn't matter.
Bombshells United.
Another Bombshells.
Number 6.
Lots of women on that cover.
Yep. That's what they do on Bombshells.
Yeah. Looks like a dumb book. Sorry.
Sexist.
Whoever wrote. No, I'm not. I'm standing up for the women here. I think that's dumb.
The Rules of Engagement, DC Rebirth, Batman, number 35.
Oh.
Duel with the Demon's Daughter.
Ooh.
Who is the Demon's Daughter, Jerry?
I haven't read it. I don't know.
You don't know who the Demon's Daughter is?
No, who?
Who's the demon?
I don't know.
Ra's al Ghul.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's Talia al Ghul.
Talia, yeah. She's a nasty one.
I
That
like
Talia.
Talia.
Deceiving.
She is deceiving. She's like a pagoda where she'll shank you.
She'll shank the hell out of you.
Yep.
She's kind of like the DC version of Elektra.
Yeah, in a way. She's not
It's
as
the same character, really.
well.
kind
She's
of.
not as katana-ish, I don't think, right?
Well, I mean,
She's more
first of all,
hand-to-hand
Elektra
combat-ish.
didn't have a katana.
Didn't she? I thought she did.
No, she had
No.
size.
Size, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's Raphael.
Yep.
That's right. She is.
She's female Raphael. She's even red.
I know, and that's where Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came from.
I
is
have
Daredevil.
I have all the Death of Elektra run
Oh, really?
of Daredevil from the 80s.
You know, I'm glad she's dead.
Yeah,
She's not anything cool to me.
that's it for what's in the box.
Well, I know what's in the box now.
But I have a whole stack of these boxes.
That's so cool. I like this. I like this segment. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's engaging. And it's introducing us to new books and books that we already have, actually.
For Snarf Talk,
I'm Jerry.
Chris.
And Nate.
Peace.
See ya.
See ya.